we're up. Okay, what's going on, everybody? As you can hear the terrible music in the background, we got Hoovy 186 along with my boy Traditionalist 101. Introduce yourself while I share this out.
Yeah, so this is the Traditionalist 101. Just just so you all know, I know we're kind of like off schedule.
Hmm.
It's not my fault. It's this guy over here.
Yeah, it's 100% my fault.
Absolutely his fault. We were supposed to do it on Monday. So I decided to, just make a video of my own talking about Stephen A. Smith and Stephon Marbury, which I think, it's pretty very interesting, drama. Because let's just be real. Stephen A. Smith has been going through a lot of drama lately. You have to agree with that, haven't you? Like he's been,
Yeah.
whether if it's Kwame Brown, whether if it's Kyrie Irving, and now he's having drama with Stephon Marbury. He had drama with Steven Jackson, Terrell Owens. Like the list goes on and on and on and on. With this guy. So hey, like I said in the video, who's the who's the common denominator?
It's Stephen A. Smith.
There's Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, he's the problem. He is absolutely, the problem. But I remember you mentioned that you never liked him ever since he was a reporter. Am I right?
No, I mean I wouldn't say necessarily that I wasn't a fan. It's just there's some things that he say that annoy me.
Yeah, same here. There are a lot of things that he says that are very annoying, and what I always catch what he does is whenever he gets put in the corner, he will just start yelling. He starts going off and start using big words to compensate his stupidity. So,
Well, I mean, listen, he can be a lot of things, but he's definitely not stupid. Like I,
he could be stupid at times.
yeah, most people are. I guess I'll agree to that.
He could be stupid at times.
Okay.
Like he'll say one of the most dumbest things regarding the sports. Like
Did we ever do like an NBA, not necessarily an NBA preview, but like a who we thought were going to win?
no, we never did that. Oh, and that just also reminded me. Yeah, we got to do that, and we also gotta. If you're not interested in this, that's fine. But I'll do it in my video. If you're not, we have to talk about at least summarize Fox's top 10. They actually have my list. Remember the list that I had
Hmm.
where Giannis number one and LeBron and KD, or KD and LeBron at the top three spot, 2-3 spot.
Hmm.
They actually have my list. They removed. They even removed Anthony Davis and put in Kawhi. So, bro, it felt like as if, wait, did you guys watch my videos and just basically copied my list? Like, so no, we got at least do a
Well,
quick
I don't want to talk about every person's top 10. Like, but we can. What's a good topic? Discussing the top 75
the top 75.
players of all time.
That'll take forever.
No, we don't have to go through every. We don't have to go through everyone because remember they did the top 50, right? You remember back in the day they did the top 50.
Yeah,
So, I mean, pretty much like we're not gonna talk about old timers or nothing like that. No, let's just evaluate the next 25 and see if there's anybody on the list. I haven't seen. I haven't seen. I don't know if they released the list. Yeah, I don't think they've done it yet. But I would definitely like to talk about the. I would definitely like to talk about the top set, at least the one that they added to the top 50.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All
But
right. So yeah.
yeah, like well, you can say something?
Yeah. I was gonna actually start the show.
No, no, no. Yeah, yeah.
No,
Go
but if you
ahead.
got
Like,
no, if you got something to say, go ahead.
no, no. Like, I was just going to say that if you don't want to do the top 10, top 20, that's fine. Because I think Fox went up to top like 30 or 40, somewhere around there. And I thought the list that they had was very interesting.
Hmm.
It is completely different from what ESPN had. So I'm saying to myself, you know what, this is interesting, topic. But again, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine.
Okay. All
It's
right,
perfectly fine.
what's going on, Nintendo Gamer? Listen, if you're still around for the Nintendo topic, I can bring you in for that one. All right, I'll bring you in for the Nintendo topic.
All right, so if he's gonna come in, we have to do the Nintendo topic last then,
No,
and
no, 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 no,
and
no.
do
Cause
the.
it's gonna take forever. We can do the vaccine stuff first, and then once the Nintendo topic comes in, I'll send him the link. Yeah, I'll send him the link, and then like and then the Ben Simmons stuff we'll do last.
I'm telling you, man, the Nintendo thing we have to do last if he's gonna be coming.
Trust me, trust me, trust me.
If
We're
it,
good.
what sense does it make for him to come? And I mean, Nintendo, do you watch sports at all? I mean, he's gonna take. I know he's gonna take time to answer, but like it'll be a much better, easier flow. Like I understand why you want it to be last, but it'll be more organized for us, for him, that he partakes into the topic. But if the topic is last and he comes in, it's just more cleaner and easier, in the podcast.
Nah, nah, it's fine, it's fine. We can do it this way. But let's get started with the with the
Always
first
your way,
topic.
I see. Yep.
Hey,
Always.
I'm the veteran here. So am I right or wrong?
Inconsistent veteran.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay, but veteran
Yeah.
nonetheless. Veteran nonetheless. Anyways, okay. Okay. There are two stories involving the vaccine this week, right? The first story that you brought up with Brendan Godwin, former Atlanta Hawks point guard. And then there was a story that came out, actually. I think it happened today, where Washington State head coach Nick Rolovich, um, he got fired for not being vaccinated. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about these two stories kind of like in conjunction with each other, and when it comes to the vaccine, because that's where the one common denominator comes in. So since you brought up Brendan Godwin to me, you might as well start off with you might as well start off with it.
Well, Brandon Goodwin. Let's all look at the article. I'm gonna share this real quick, and
You gonna turn
we'll
on the
get this
music?
show on the road. What's that?
You gonna turn on the music?
The music is on.
Can you turn it down or turn it off?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll turn it down or whatever. Whatever makes you happy, buddy. You can still hear it?
Yeah, yeah. Share the topic.
All right, cool. So let me go to share and make sure you do the thing on your end.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so here we are. Make sure you put on your full screen on your side.
No, I'm
Um,
fine. I read the article already. I'm good.
yeah, but people need to see.
They
Now,
they'll be fine. Steve, like when they're on YouTube, they see the whole thing. At least I think they do. I mean,
I think they see it in a much larger scale when you because I watched it, like when you put in a much larger scale,
right,
they're able to see it.
right.
Not being lazy. Yeah. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So it says Atlanta Hawk point guard. Yes, the vaccine ended my season. 1,000%. So clearly, he's obviously 100% sure that the vaccine was at fault, which, which is something that it seems to me what everybody was trying to warn you about. And but before I start, criticizing, the vaccine and why I'm not taking it, but let's read this article real quick because this article is very juicy. It says in the midst of the outfall between the NBA and Kyrie Irving,
Fallout,
huh?
Fallout.
That's what I said.
You said outfall.
No, I said fallout. Or
No,
if I
whatever, dude. Go
right,
ahead.
whatever. Let me finish. All right, let me finish. Between the NBA and Kyrie Irving, a former Atlanta Hawks point guard has now sounded the alarm on how the vaccine ultimately ended his season last year and how his team attempted to cover up the side effects he suffered from the shot. Three 3 year guard Brandon Goodwin was ruled out of the 2020-21 season halfway through due to the respiratory condition. Goodwin is currently a free agent and with nothing to lose shared the experience of getting blood clots, which he confidently believes came from the vaccine. Now, this is was one of the reasons why I didn't want to take the vaccine in the first place, right? And the fact that it has mostly all of the vaccines, I believe, you could obtain, some type of side effects, which is the reason why a lot of people are feared to take it. And, they would rather have, their natural, remedies, their natural defenses that the body have, to fight off the vaccine. Like this is the thing that I want everybody to realize and to have you also realize, Havanel, who
Wait,
we want
wait.
to
Are
be.
you gonna read the rest? Is there more to the article?
Yeah, there's more. There's more, but I wanted to address this point
Can you read
that
the rest of the article? Can you read? Can you go down? I want to see the rest of the article.
I thought you said you read it.
No, I didn't read it from that site. I want to see the rest of the article.
All right. The site that you said you were totally against anyway, but it says I read this one already. So it says I was super tired in the games when we played Philly back to back, April 28th to April 30th. Bro, I was so tired, Goodwin said during a Twitch stream on October 3rd. I felt like I couldn't run up and down the court. My back was hurting. Then we went home. That's when my back really started hurting bad. Then I'm like, I have to go to the doctor. That's when I found out I had blood clots.
Go. Keep going down. Keep going down.
All right. So Goodwin admitted the effects all happened in the span of a month of getting vaccinated. I was fine up until then,
All
up
right. Go.
until I
Wait.
took the vaccine. Huh?
Wait. Keep going down. Keep going down. Is that it? Is that it for the article?
No, there's still more.
Okay.
So you want me to keep reading?
Wait. Let me read this part.
Okay, go ahead. Wait, you mean the Twitter? I mean
No.
the
No. No.
oh,
No. No. Let me see. Let me read. Let me see the other part.
you not
Okay.
I don't hear you.
Okay. No. I'm not gonna read it out loud. Okay. So I'm glad that they mentioned it because let me. I guess I could give my side of it since you were so quick to criticize me for the right for this, right?
Yes.
Now, like I said before, obviously it's unfortunate what happened to him. He seems like he's fine now, so so I think he'll be fine. He'll be fine. It sucks what happened to him. It doesn't. It wouldn't. Would it surprise me if the vaccine did something to him that he believes it did something to him? No, it wouldn't surprise me because the one vaccine that had a ton of issues, especially earlier on, was the Johnson and Johnson. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Johnson and Johnson is the one shot vaccine. You only take it once, and that's the only vaccine that works. The Moderna and
You broke out. You said you want to take it once and what?
yeah, the Johnson and Johnson is the shot that you only take once, right? It's the one that you only take one time, and it's the one that had the lowest efficiency rating. And as you can see, that there are cases where blood clots can develop in small cases, right? But it happened to him. I don't have any. There's nothing to criticize him for. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing like if he feels that way, then he feels that way. You know what I mean? Like that would be one vaccine that I would not have taken. That's the one that I would not have taken because they had the lowest efficiency rating. Plus, they that's the one that had the most obvious side effects, right? So I was just looking to see if they actually mentioned it because I know how Outkick is, but they did mention it, so I give them props for that. As
You
far
want
as yeah, go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead.
as far as the whole vaccine thing, right? I think they removed it, so you can't get. I don't think you can get the Johnson and Johnson anymore. It's just the Moderna and the Pfizer. Those are the only two, and those are the most effective ones. I personally have taken Moderna. That's the one that I took.
Uh
Right.
huh.
So with that said, and I know what you're going to do. You're going to say that this is justification for you not taking the vaccine.
Oh, you
What
read
you
my
do,
mind, didn't you?
yeah, because what you do is you come up with a stance, and then you find stories that back up your stance to justify your action. But when I tell you that I was fine taking the vaccine, that my mom was fine taking the vaccine, when I tell you stories of many people who took the vaccine and nothing happened to them, you completely ignore them. Am I right or wrong?
And rightfully so,
What rightfully so? Why?
because I told you that we already had this discussion already. We already had this discussion. If you are going to recommend, suggest, mandate, whatever it is, if you are going to tell people and release something in the public that we should take, I don't want to see any side effects from anybody. I don't.
But medicine is full of side effects. Like you're always gonna have side effects.
Okay,
At least
but
not
they're
at
not.
least
But they're not mandate for everybody to take. That's the
that's
difference.
fine. That's fine. Well, no one first no one's forcing you to take the vaccine. If you don't want to take it, you don't have to take it. Like I said, there are choices that people make, and we had this discussion with the Kyrie thing. If you haven't watched it, it's on both our channels. So please go watch it. The Kyrie Irving episode. And I'm gonna say it here that I said then. You don't have to take anything, but if you don't decide to take it, these companies, we all know what they care about most more than anything else. They care about money, and especially in the middle when they were losing tons of money during the pandemic, right? When no one was allowed to do anything, they lost a lot of money, so they had to get that back. And the best way to get to that money back is to have everybody working and also like protected from this virus. Because the one thing that you mentioned when it comes to the antibodies that I find funny is that when you use the antibodies excuse, right? You're essentially saying that everyone should at least get COVID so that they can develop antibodies. Is that essentially what you're saying?
Well, yeah, because it's a pandemic.
Okay, you do realize that not everybody can take the virus. Not everyone can just you know have the virus in their system because it's a very deadly disease in the wrong body. The death toll proves that.
Yeah, even though some of them were fake. But go ahead.
No, like you see, this is what I mean. Like whenever something doesn't go your way, you claim it's fake, it's lying, fake news media, bullshit, and all the other stuff. But when you have
Yeah, because I've seen
situation,
it and I've heard it.
oh, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. But you are
Now, if you
someone,
if you if you want to say it's anecdotal, that I'll take that. But when when you hear reports of people say that a particular person, whether it was in a car accident or some type of accident he got into, and if he had COVID, they count that as COVID death. That that
I,
that's not,
I,
no, that's
I don't,
inaccurate.
I don't believe you when it comes to that. I think that's where you get one of your fake sources from. Okay, but
Hmm.
I'm not gonna go down that road, right? With that disease, yes or no?
You had cut off again.
Okay, my bad. Every time it shows I'm wired. I don't understand why this shit keeps happening, but whatever. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. People have died from this disease, yes or no?
Yes.
And you are essentially suggesting that people should have this virus in their bodies so that they can develop the antibodies. When everyone cannot have, not everyone can have this situation, have this thing in their bodies. They just can't. They just can't. Like
Oh,
look at what the virus did to you, and you're a perfectly healthy person. You didn't feel good for the next couple days, for the next few days. Imagine if that was someone who was older or someone who has a uh what do you call it, like a compromised immune system.
hmm
right? Like it would completely fuck them up, or in a lot of cases kill them. Ultimately, vaccines are how we fight diseases like this. Like I said, it's been like this throughout history. And I guarantee you, all throughout history, there's always a segment of people who bring up propaganda when it comes to vaccines, and they just like they discourage people from taking it, right? Which is fine, it's your prerogative. But in in this case, when it comes to Brendan, right, I do feel bad for him.
No, you
I do.
don't.
No, I do. I do feel bad for him. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he'll be fine. He got the sickness. Hopefully, the blood clots are not. Blood clots are very dangerous. Like those are serious. So hopefully that's not something that reoccurs in the future. Because that's how Chris Bosh retired. He retired due to blood clots, right? So and he couldn't play after that. So and obviously you've heard people die from blood clots all the time. So hopefully he's not. Hopefully he can get that situated. But he seems to be fine now. And like I said, he's still searching for a team. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But the thing is that when it comes to me taking the vaccine, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there and I like. There's tons of other people. There's tons of other situations where people take the vaccine and they're perfectly fine. I'm not. I'm never gonna suggest that people take the vaccine and they're 100% fine and nothing bad happens to them. That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true. But like I'm also not going to say that taking the vaccine is just no, don't do it because of this case or that case or whatever. To me, it's a personal decision. If you want to take it, take it. If you don't, you don't. But there are situations where what happen, like there are consequences for your actions both ways. If you take it and something bad happened to you, because I remember we both know a mutual friend who I think he had a bad reaction to the vaccine, and he said he wasn't going to take the second one. I haven't checked on him to see if he took the second one, but he decided not to get the second shot.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know if that's a good idea, but like I said, that's his decision, and that's his decision, right? But you have tons of other cases where people take it, they're fine. Like you said, the worst thing that happened to me was a sore arm for a day and a half.
Again, I completely understand what you're saying,
Mhm.
but if it's not 100% foolproof, I don't want nothing to do with
All
it.
right,
I really
vaccines are
don't.
not 100. Vaccines are not
But
100% foolproof.
okay,
You
okay,
know that.
but
You know that.
if it's not 100%
All right,
foolproof,
Steve,
listen,
Steve, Steve.
listen, listen, listen. No, no, no.
Nah,
You
nah.
talk
'Cause
for a while. You talk
no.
for a
Okay,
while. No, no,
no.
no, no,
I
no,
understand. No, I
no,
got you. I understand
no.
that.
You
But
don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No,
you're
no.
going you're going down Looney Tune Avenue.
Listen,
You're going down
listen,
Looney Tune Avenue.
listen. If it's not 100% foolproof, and on top of that, you going to get there's a possibly okay. So let me just say not guaranteed, but there's a possibility that you will be able to get side effects. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't. And if Kyrie Irving feels that way, and if Bradley Beal feels that way, then I stand by them, because again, this is something. It is a personal choice, but it is also something that involves the one and only body that you have, and if it's going to compromise that body in a negative way, and you're whatever if you want to call it paranoia, if you want to call whatever it is, then again, I stand by that. And that's the reason why I would rather have my natural antibodies, to do the job in case if I obtain, the vaccine again. I
But
mean,
not but but not
COVID
every
19
but not
again.
everybody can afford those antibodies.
Okay,
They
that's
can't.
okay. That's fine. If you are not, if your body cannot produce, antibodies, or whatever, whatever those things are, white blood cells, whatever it is, right? And to me, okay, then you have no choice. Take the vaccine. You probably have a much better chance of getting the vaccine, so you could stay alive and be well. But you're still going to take the chance of getting side effects either way. So it's basically like, to me, pick your poison. That's what it basically is. Pick your poison. You could not take the vaccine if your immune system is low, get the virus, and hopefully you don't pass, or take the vaccine and hopefully you don't get any side effects. Now remember, when my mom took the vaccine, she was sick for about a week. And I had other family members that took it. They were sick for quite some time. Like, again, that's just not something I'm interested in doing. It's not something I'm interested in taking. And again, because I'm healthy, I eat right, etc., etc., I think that played a part why my sickness didn't really last that long, even though I had to quarantine for 2 weeks. But I was fine. But to get this topic out of the way, it said the player remained fair in his
Hold on.
retelling of the story.
It's my bad,
Are
man. Go.
you are you sharing it?
No,
You
you're
there?
good. You're good. Go, 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 go.
So it says the player remained fair in his retelling of the story and expressed no animosity towards the Hawks, but he did address some confusion about how they handled his hospitalization. What a shocker! What a shocker! But anyway, nothing against the Hawks, but they called me the next day while I was in the hospital and told me we were going to tell the press that your season's over. Ooh, ooh. Like, oh man, I don't want to go off topic here, but you see what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? How the league is only in the best interest of the elite players. That's who they only care about.
I mean,
I guarantee you, if
I
this was LeBron
mean,
James, if this was Steph Curry, if this was Kawhi Leonard, if this was Giannis, if this was KD, they would have never treated him this way. Absolutely not. But because, like I said in the last podcast, if you are a role player, if you are just a bench player, you are expendable. They don't care about you. They don't. They don't. They only care about the elites. That's all they care about. What were
okay.
you going to say?
No, like that's to be expected. Like they're gonna put more emphasis on the star player than they do the everyone else. And I also think that in that case, they don't want they don't want people going out there thinking that they don't want people thinking that the vaccine is the reason why he did it to him.
Well, they already took it, so what does it matter? They took
No,
it
I
already.
think I think the Hawks didn't want that press to think that he was going around saying that the vaccine's what did that to him. Like I think they didn't want that. I didn't they didn't want him saying that oh the vaccine did this to me. That's why they did that, in my opinion. Because they don't want the bad press.
That's so that they
So
they
they
don't want.
they,
They don't,
they essentially hid it. They essentially hid the potential reason why his why he's out for the year.
you think that's the reason why?
Yeah.
So because of that, they basically cut the guy
No,
as
they
a
didn't cut.
result.
No, they didn't cut him because of that. They cut him because he's Brendan Godwin. No one knows who he is. That's why they cut him. They drafted a guard. Like he's a role player. He's a bit player in the league right now. He just wait. Not I'm not trying to be mean.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not trying to be mean. But I'm not trying to be mean. But like it is what it is. Like it is what it is. He's a bit player. Like like I mean, they're not going to treat him the way they treat Trey Young. They're just not. But don't start this bullshit with the BS
Don't start what?
don't start the BS of oh he got cut because of the vaccine. No, because of the whole vaccine saga. No, he's Brendan Godwin. No one you didn't know who he was until you read the story.
And neither did
Okay,
you.
okay, but I don't look for Brendan Godwin. I don't care about Brendan Godwin
Obviously, you don't, because the guy is clearly you don't.
because I don't know who he is. He don't play for the Heat, so why would I care?
So the guy has to play for the Heat in order for you to care about their condition.
I mean, obviously, I don't want no one to get sick, but like, yeah, technically, yeah,
Mm.
like, cause I'm a Heat fan, more like I'm a Heat fan,
Okay,
like
but
straight up. Now,
get,
before you get to the Nick Rolovich stuff, let me just say this right now: there is no such thing as 100% there's no such thing as 100% vaccine,
oh
and you
God,
know this. No, you
oh
don't know.
my
You know
goodness.
this. You're just saying it because you have your own reservation for the vaccine, and you do this with everything. When you believe in something, that's how you. That's what you believe, and with proof of proof otherwise be damned. Proof otherwise be damned. Okay, most vaccines are more effective than they're not. Okay, they are, and you've used statistics in the past to prove your point in other areas. But when I show you facts, you don't want to hear it, or
What
you
facts? What facts did you show?
about the effectiveness of the vaccine of
You,
vaccines.
you didn't show no such thing.
No. I'm not showing you. I'm not showing you. You know, you do the research yourself. You do the research yourself.
Yeah, which means you didn't show me anything. All
No,
right,
no, 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 no.
let me say something before we move to the next topic.
All right, well, can
I,
I finish
all,
first? Can I finish first?
go ahead.
Okay. At the end of the day, it is what it is, right? It is what it is when it comes to him. Hopefully, like he seems like he's doing fine. He'll like if he's good enough, he'll get another job. If he's good enough, he'll get another job. And you know that's it. Well, say what you gotta say before we can move on to the Nick Rolovich stuff, and then we'll bring Nintendo Gamer on here.
Um, yeah, yeah, pretty much. I feel bad, for Brandon because again, he has to take something.
Well, okay. He took the vaccine that's not available now. So
Doesn't matter. He
no,
still
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
he still took the nice try by the way.
No, no,
But he
no, no,
took
no, 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 no.
he took
I
the
think it's
vaccine.
important. It's important to say because, like you said, like the vaccine that he took is not the one that's available now. Like there's been issues with vaccine rollout, and not just in this country. Like they had issues in Japan when it comes to vaccine rollout.
Okay,
So
okay,
it's
okay.
not. So it's not been
All that is irrelevant. Whoever had told him, to take that vaccine, that person should be responsible. Should be held responsible. All right.
Did he say someone took? Did he say that someone forced him to take the vaccine?
It didn't say in this article.
All right. Well, don't say that. Don't say that someone forced him to say it unless he says it himself that someone forced him to take it.
Listen, my point is, if you are going to make something available and make and suggest that we should take it, and if we get sick by taking it, whose fault is that?
Uh, I don't know. You can blame whoever. I don't care.
Yeah, blame whoever. Yeah, you don't care. Something like that should not be available in the open market.
It's
Okay?
not.
It should not. It should
It's
not be.
not
Yeah. Now. Yeah. Now.
now. Yeah.
Don't play word games with me.
No, it's not available.
It's not available now. But
Okay.
before, and just recently, it was available. And
Yeah.
the fact that somebody got sick, but by it is not right. And then what is his what does he get? He no longer plays for the Hawks anymore.
But that's not the reason why.
Listen. No. Listen, because I'm going to tear this thing down now. Okay, everyone is talking about this, vaccine that. You should take it. Oh, it's for people's safety. But yet, what about Brandon Goodwin's safety? What about all the other people who took the vaccine and they had side effects and they got sick? What about their safety? What about them? So also because of the majority, was okay, the 5 or 10 or 15, whatever percent it is. Oh, who care about them? The majority of the people were fine, but everybody else, well, just tough luck. That's essentially what you're saying. That's essentially what you're saying, and it should not be that way. If there's a drug that the Biden administration is trying to encourage every single person to take, nobody should be sick by it. Yes or no?
No, that's not because that's not how medicine works. That's not how medicine works. And and the funny thing is,
Missed the point.
this.
You
You
missed
know
the point.
this. No, your point makes no sense.
How
It's
does it make
not.
no sense?
It's
If you
not
are
a
going
hundred.
to
Medicine
mandate
is not
something,
100% effective.
then don't mandate it. Then it shouldn't be mandated if it's not 100%.
No,
If
no, no, no,
somebody
no, no, no,
if
no, no,
somebody
no, no,
could
no,
get
no, no,
sick,
no, no, no,
if
no, no.
somebody could die because they took some stupid vaccine
Oh,
or
Did
some
Brendan
drugs,
die? Did
then
Brendan die? Did
they
Brendan die?
should
Did
not
Brendan die?
take
Did
the
Brendan die? Did
vaccine. It
Brendan
should not
die?
be mandated.
Did Brendan die?
No, he did not die.
Okay, then he's fine. He's fine.
Get out of here, man. Like
He's fine.
seriously,
No, no, no.
get out of here.
No, what you're
Oh,
doing,
he's fine.
you're no, 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 no.
You just said that blood clots could kill you. Isn't that a health issue?
What's the health issue?
Isn't that a life or death situation?
No,
Why
it's
in the
not.
world that
Well, no, yeah,
anybody
yeah, yeah,
should yeah,
yeah.
that's a life and death situation. Why in the world so should people risk that? Why?
There's, there's no risk involved. Like that's what, dude. That's what medicine is. At the end of the day, if you have a procedure that you have to do, and they discover something else, that doesn't mean that the procedure was bad, unless something catastrophic happens. Like this is what medicine is. Like you've taken a flu shot before, because if you didn't, you would not have gone to school,
A flu
right?
shot
Like
that did 10 years of research. Yeah.
10 years of research. Like this vaccine, this disease came out. Like the funny thing, and Nintendo Gamer mentioned this here, right? I think the anti-mask argument is really bad. Yeah, I do too. You want to know why? Because it's people like you who want to have their cake and eat it too. You don't want to wear masks. You're tired of wearing masks. You're tired of the restrictions and all the other stuff. All of us are. All of us are. And the vaccine is the way to get it to eradicate that, so we can get back to life as normal.
Get the F out of here,
I'm
man.
talking. I'm talking. Right. And the thing is that you guys don't want that either. What you want is you just want everyone to just go back to normal, and that's it. Like as if we weren't stuck in our houses for 4 or 5 months with the pandemic, as if there weren't people who are actually dying from the disease, especially those who are the elderly and people who have like compromised immune systems. Like honestly, it comes off to me that you're saying that the whole this whole situation is fake without actually having the guts to say it. That's what it comes off as to me.
I had already said that if you are healthy, I believe you don't need to take the vaccine. If you are little kids, I don't think you need to take the vaccine. The only people that I believe that should take the vaccine are people who have diseases, whether if it's high blood pressure, diabetes, people who are, overweight, people who don't have enough, antibodies in their system. Well, yeah, at that particular point, you have no choice. You know what I'm saying? Like you have no choice. Like, you don't have a choice but to take that risk. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's like pick your poison. The vaccine, not the vaccine, 19 is here. It's here. It's in America. Like there's nothing we could do about that. But my stance has always been,
Damn it.
if you are sick, if you have a sickness, I mean, and and you feel like you're it's a dilemma for you, then you don't have a choice. Just take the vaccine, and hopefully you'll be fine. But I believe if you are healthy, do I think you should take it? No, I don't think it's necessary. I think our antibodies is enough to do the job, to get the job done. That's all.
Okay.
But as far as Brandon, Goodwin, I hope somebody do sign him, because now you see the difference between what's going on with him and what's going on with Kyrie. Kyrie's
Here-
not taking the vaccine, and people are criticizing him for it, like that Stephen A. Snake. Yet we have somebody who abide by the rules, took the vaccine, and he is not in the exact same team that told him to take the vaccine. So,
Again,
so
you keep coming up with stuff that you don't know
which
happened.
which actually pisses me off, because
You don't know
just
that it
because
happened.
look,
No, 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 no.
we
You're just
just read the
assuming. No,
article.
you're
We
just
just read
assuming.
the
No, no.
article.
Did
We
it
just read the
did
article.
he say that someone forced him to take the vaccine? Did you read that in the article?
No,
Yeah, then why do you keep saying it? You keep saying, oh, he like they forced me to take the vaccine. No one forced him to do shit. Like Where and it doesn't say that in the article. So don't sit there and say, "Oh, I read the article." It
All
doesn't
right,
say it in there.
all right. You're so full of crap
Mommy,
because you know what?
go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. All right, stop the stop the crap, cut the crap. Didn't they say over 90% of the NBA players took the vaccine?
Okay, and what does that have to do with anything?
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, 90% of the players took it. Why? Because they want to get paid. That's why they want to get paid. But yet,
Wait.
people
Bradley Bill's
people
not
who
Bradley Bill's not vaccinated. He's still playing.
people who took the vaccine. Let me,
Bradley
for
Bill
goodness sake, let me finish, man. People who
Bradley
took the
Bill is not vaccinated.
people who took the vaccine, people who took the vaccine got sick. Like Brandon Goodwin, he got sick, and look what happened to him. Tell me if that's a good thing or not.
What happened to him? He got it sucks what happened to him. It sucks. But how many players are that gonna happen to though?
It
That's the
shouldn't
thing.
happen to anybody.
I 100% agree with you. But it is what medicine like stuff like this happens in the medical field. It is what it is. It happens. And the funny thing is, you know that, but yeah, you don't. You stick to your conviction, which is fine. You can stick to whatever conviction you want. But this notion that the vaccine has to be 100% when there is no vaccine anywhere, even the most established ones are not 100%. They're not. You're just using this. You're just using this as a reason not to take the vaccine.
And
And all
additionally,
and all and
yes,
all you have to do is say, "Oh, I don't want to take the vaccine." Don't make up stuff to help your cause. Okay.
no, no,
Now,
I'm not making up stuff.
whatever. Anyways, let's talk about the Nick Rolovich thing real quick.
All
All right.
right, so topic
Let
number
me.
two. Let me
Yeah,
get out of
just
here.
real quick. I'm gonna do this quick, and then I got the link ready for Nintendo Gamer. Um, let me go to this, and I'll give you my thoughts on it in a second. Fine. Share. Well, actually, hold on.
All right, I took the music off. I'm sure you're happy about that.
Okay. Here this guy is Nick Rolovich, right? He's the coach at Washington State, and he got fired because Washington State has a mandate as a statewide mandate for their federal employees. And when you work in a public college, that's a federal job, right? And he essentially got fired because he and four other assistant coaches refused to get the vaccine, which is a requirement for the state. So ultimately he got
You got
he got fired, right?
you got the boot.
Now, yeah. Now, let me give you my opinion on this, right? I applaud him for his conviction. I applaud him for his conviction because he actually put his money where his mouth is. He said he wasn't going to get the vaccine, right? Came up with the whole religious exemption stuff, whatever. I think that's hogwash. But at the end of the day, he stuck to his guns.
Wait, what was hogwash?
I think the whole religious exemption thing is hogwash. I don't buy it, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Okay,
So he decided not to get it. So I applaud him for his conviction. Now that doesn't mean that he didn't quit on his team. He absolutely did. He quit on his team. When coaches are always talking about sacrifice, you have to sacrifice for the team, and then when it's your time to do it, you decide to run off. That's what he did. But I do applaud him for his conviction. Like I said, Washington State really had no choice. They can't hire someone who's not going to get a mandated vaccine. So he decided, I don't want to do it no more. I applaud him for that. It is what it is. Go ahead. What's your thoughts on it quickly?
um, yeah, it said. Can you go down a little bit?
Yeah. Let me get to the page. Oh crap! Hold on. All right. Well, tell me when to stop. Oh, you're probably lagging.
No, stop. Okay, so yeah, this article is way different from mine. So
Hmm.
it said the process was the same. It was okay. How was the decision made? Okay, so the process was the same as it was for all other university employees. Those who sought a medical or religious exemption from taking of the available COVID-19 vaccine were able to state their case in writing to the university. Here's the thing that I was trying to mention to you about the whole Kyrie Irving thing when he was talking about exemptions and you still didn't want to say that doesn't count. If we're not going to use if we're not allowed to use religious reasons as far as an exemption, they don't give us that option. Don't give us that
I don't know.
option.
I don't know. If, I think he applied for one. I don't know if that was a. I don't know if they actually gave him that option to have it. I think he used it. I don't know if they gave him the option though. That's the thing. Because in the NBA, I believe they gave you they gave you that exemption. That's why I don't know if that's what Bradley Beal used, but I know the center in Orlando. I think he used that, and I don't think he's vaccinated. So and he can still play.
Oh, you're talking about
Jonathan Isaac,
Isaac.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then like I mentioned before, the Kyrie situation is because he's in New York and he works in New York. You see, and the one thing that I said last week that I was corrected on was that I said that even if he's in big games, he can't play in New York. He actually can't play in New York. He can't play in New York if he was on another team. But my point still stands. If he wants to if he wants to play, then ask to be traded. You know what I mean? That's as simple as that. Ask to be traded.
Okay. Go down a little bit. As you were talking, I was reading.
Hmm.
This is very interesting. It said the university. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can stop there.
Okay.
It said the university used a blind evaluation process, meaning the two-person committee that evaluated Rolovich request did not have access to any identifying information while making its determination. Had the committee not granted his exemption, that would have been the end of the line pending on appeals process. However, based on statements from Chun, it appears Rolovich did receive the exemption. Chun said Rolovich accommodation request was denied, which indicates an evaluation was made beyond their initial exemption request. Now that changed everything. That's why I wanted you to go down because
Hmm.
I knew something was made. Okay, so he did request an exemption,
And he got it.
and but yeah, but they denied it.
Wait, so it seemed like he. I think. Okay, so all right, so let me read that part. Let me read that part.
Yeah, because they said it was denied. Why do you keep doing that?
No, I don't know. I don't know. It's stupid computer. Okay. It appeared Rolovich did receive the exemption. Chun said Rolovich accommodation request was denied, which indicates an evaluation was made beyond the initial exemption request. So basically, I think what they're saying is that he got the exemption, but there were other factors that went into him not him that got the request denied ultimately.
Yeah, yeah. So which means at the end of the day, they said it was no good. Like you can't. Oh, dude, that changes everything. But they need to go put this in public and tell us what are the other conditions are.
Well, I mean, I really that's up to him. That really is up to him.
To who?
To the coach is up to him.
That's a huge deal. That's a huge deal because now it seems like just making a simple request of an exemption is more to it than that.
Yeah, whatever it is either is up to. I don't know. I don't know if there's any. To honestly, I don't know if there's any truth to it. But like the way the process works is after the exemption is granted, it triggers a second step in which the human resources department takes the ruling to the employee supervisor, who is then
Hmm.
left to determine whether a combination can be made to allow the employee to meet all the obligations of their job. Neither Chen nor the school president, Clerk Schultz, explained how that determination was made. But considering the significant number of people a football head coach is expected to come into contact with on a daily basis. In recruiting at various functions throughout the year, etc., the short-term masking and social distancing solutions that had been in place weren't attainable long term. The university had months to prepare for this, and the process is undoubtedly vetted from a legal standpoint to protect against potential lawsuits. So, what it seems like to me is that it seems to me that while they were going to give him the exemption at first, that at some point those exemptions were not going to survive long term. So like all the stuff when because remember this guy like when you're in college you're coaching over 100 players, right? You're
Yeah.
coaching over 100 players. You have a lot of people you come into contact with recruiting, with functions and stuff like that. Everything they said in the article. And if you're going to continue being unvaccinated, then the spread is it could get. Because remember in Washington, the COVID rocked them hard in that area in the northwest area, like Washington, Portland. They got rocked hard in that area.
Yeah.
In fact, I think there was some. I think that area is where the traces of the original of COVID actually started from. Like months before it became a thing, before it became a national thing. So they have a very different sensibility to coronavirus up there. And essentially what they're essentially saying is that look, all the social distancing and stuff like that is just not obtainable right now because like I said, they're look, when it comes to competition, college football competition is fierce. Recruiting is fierce. And they don't want any restrictions to that. They don't want no restrictions. If someone's going to be unvaccinated, they have to do the social distancing. They have to do, like they can't have that many people around each other at a time. Like that hurts recruiting. At least that's what they're saying. It hurts recruiting. So I think that's what the situation is with him. Like I
Hmm.
said, like and we can be done after this, but like to me, look, like I applaud his conviction. You know what I mean? The one thing that I like again, I don't agree with him. I would not lose it. I would not purposely lose a job over a vaccine. I would never do that. But if you feel that strongly about it, then yeah, I applaud your conviction. Like I said, he did quit on the team. Like there's no denying that. He quit on his team. It is what it is. But he stood up for his conviction. So
Yeah. There's remember that one last piece when we was talking about the other people who also go up a bit
yeah.
because it said who are the four assistants who are also out, and it says Ricky Logo, right? Logo,
Mm-hmm.
so small, who's a defensive tackle, John
Defensive
Richardson,
coach, yeah. Assistant head coach.
yeah, assistant head coach,
He's a
cornerback,
cornerbacks
recruiting,
coach and recruiting
yeah,
coordinator.
yeah, and Craig, that's it, that's his
Craig
name?
Craig Schultzman. He's a
So
co-offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach.
yeah. Oh man, another one, Mark Reber,
Yeah,
offensive line.
offensive line coach. Yeah.
So all these people were fired because all of them didn't want to take the vaccine. Now, okay, but it doesn't say anywhere near on the article they didn't request a exemption either, right?
Well, I mean, if he's asking for an exemption, I'm sure the other ones are too. Like I'm sure that goes for everyone else.
Okay, so now if you are correct, let's see now this is I want to say this one last piece and then we can move on because
Mhm.
I can tell this might take a while also. But let me just say this one last thing. If you are right, Havenel, if you are correct, 100% correct, I know we're speculating, but if you are correct,
Mhm.
this pisses me off even more. This is the question that I asked before.
About what?
What's the point of taking an exemption if you're going to deny everybody? Don't make it an option. If what you're saying is true, Hoovy 186,
Mhm.
that all these other assistant coaches also made the request to sign an exemption form and all of them got denied also, then what's the use of even trying?
I think their problem is that they want to get back to normal recruiting. I think that's what the issue is. They want to get back to normal recruiting.
Okay. I understand this is about money. I understand
That's what
that.
college football is.
Yes,
Right.
I know it's about money. I understand that people want to recruit and be, well, what's the word, be productive, when
Hmm.
it comes to recruiting the right players, because I know it's a big deal. So many universities are doing it. There's
Hmm.
schools everywhere. I get it. And there's so many people that you have to make contact with, staff, the players, all that. I get it. I
Hmm.
understand. But at the end of the day,
Hello, hello.
none of that overrules somebody else's health and their decision when it comes to their health. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like,
Hmm.
no amount of money is able to override your health, your life, my health, or my life, and
Hmm.
anybody else for that matter.
Hmm.
True.
Now, if you disagree with that, having no, I'll be shocked.
I don't disagree because that's what I've always said. If you don't believe that the vaccine is for you, don't take it. Like this it is what it is. Don't take it. But don't sit here say, "Oh, this and that." Even he did where he said that he wasn't going to get into detail into why he wasn't taking it. If you have a reason for not taking it, tell people. It's that simple. Don't sit there and be like, "Oh, it's a personal choice." No, the fuck it ain't. You're in contact with with over hundreds and hundreds of people, and it's a virus that is very much is contagious. So if you don't want to take it, tell people. It is what it is. But I always say this: if you are willing to give up your job or money or whatever for your convictions, then I applaud you for it. Even I don't have to agree with you, but I applaud you for standing up for your convictions, for standing up to what you actually believe in, not be fake about it like someone like Andrew Wiggins, right? You know
Well,
what I mean? So
I mean, I guess you're right,
yeah,
but people also have the right to change their mind,
no,
and
that's fair.
I remember,
That's
I
fair. That's
remember,
fair.
and I remember, yeah, people have the right to change their mind,
Mhm.
and so many people, whether if you have kids, a wife, a mom and dad that you want to support, I mean, they're obviously hoping that you stick to your guns and provide for the family. So I get it. Like, I understand people who don't want to take the vaccine gets upset, like what happened with Sage. You know what I'm saying? Obviously what happened with with
Oh, I
Wiggins.
think she's back, by the way.
It was about time.
Yeah, and then
And
the first thing she's talking about is Ben Simmons suspension. I just find that funny. That she talking about
how
someone else's
how
suspension. I find that funny.
how ironic is that, right?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, okay, yeah. Continue,
So
continue. Yeah, continue because
yeah,
I
yeah,
want to get
yeah.
to the Nintendo thing.
Yeah. This is my last piece. So at the end of the day, I get it that people want to take the vaccine because you're sacrificing millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, and I know a lot of people are relying on that money, whether if it's your kids, your wife, your closest friends, and obviously your parents. So I get it. I understand the pressure, but at the end of the day, it's still your health. It's the one body that you have, and if you want to take care of it and you feel like getting the vaccine would be a disservice for you, then hey, don't take it. I just wish that they were some type of option. And look, I understand that you have to recruit people, but they were able to recruit people last year during the pandemic just fine.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
Well, we could talk about that another day because otherwise we'll be stuck on this topic again. But yeah, I don't know. I think you know not taking the vaccine, you shouldn't really be punished for it. I believe, in my opinion, I think you should just stick to the original traditional routines that we have always been taking. That we should remain our distance. Wash your hands daily. Bring hand sanitizer with you at all times. Put on your mask, even though I hate wearing that crappy thing, even though it doesn't do nothing for you. But that's another topic. But yeah, do all those things, and everything should be fine. Because now,
Remember when I
because
told you that you were being long winded?
no, I'm not. Because I'm making a point here. The
Go ahead.
thing is that also irritates me is that what they're saying is if you don't take the vaccine, oh, the mask is no longer any good. Like, you weren't saying that before the vaccine came out. That's not what you were saying. That's not what the CDC were saying. That's not what doctors and these scientists were saying. They were saying that the mask is something that should be worn, right? Right. So all of a sudden now, oh, the mask is no longer any good if you don't take the vaccine. This is the the hypocritical lifestyle I'm
Yeah.
talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the hypocritical lifestyle that I'm talking about, and I don't want to live that way. But
Uh,
that's my
um,
piece. Let's move on.
thank you. Hey, what's going on, Nintendo Gamer? How you doing?
Hey, so I want to say something real quick. I know we're
Mhm.
being like a dead horse, but I want to say that the vaccine, I understand people are afraid taking it, but like the mask, I'm sure most people can wear masks without having breathing troubles. If they do have breathing troubles, they probably need to see a doctor. But anyways, that's my opinion. Let's talk about the Nintendo 64.
Yeah. Okay. No, I agree with you. Like, but I'm not gonna get deep into it because I don't feel like being here for 5 hours.
No, I
Um,
don't. I don't. Why take again? Why take the mask? I mean, why put on the mask and well, no, right? You know what? Fine. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, fine. Go ahead.
anyways, Nintendo Gamer, why is Nintendo why is the Nintendo Switch expansion pack $50 a year?
um, it's called greed.
Hmm.
What's all
I
that
think
noise?
Oh, agreed.
they
Okay.
really,
Thank you,
they
thank you,
really
thank you for
thought
it. Thank you.
they
Go ahead.
really thought that they could like get away with charging $10 more than it should be. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, I might pay for it when the I may pay for it when there's more games because like I really want to try out some games like Yoshi's Story and Sin and Punishment, but like I think it's a
Yeah.
little too expensive. Well, somewhat too expensive. Um, but like originally I thought it was gonna be $40 and that it would be like just enough, if not a little too much. But I still would have gotten it day one if it was $40. But 50.
It's too much. It's simply too much. It's simply too much.
Wait,
Go ahead.
hold
Take care.
on.
Yeah, take care of that. Take care of that. Okay. So Steve,
Um,
what defend this?
What? Wait. No, I want you to say your stuff first.
Well, it's not. It's nothing. There's nothing else to say. It's too expensive. Period. It's too expensive. You're charging people $30 extra a year for 25 and 30-year-old games. Essentially, that's what you're doing. And again, these games, a lot of these games, obviously great games. I'm not. This is not about the games. This is about the greed and the greed
uh,
of Nintendo. Period. It's greed because
well,
for $50
Mm-hmm.
you can get PSN that actually gives you actual free games, not actual free game, but free
Yeah,
current
yeah.
gen
Make sure you
games.
get everything accurate,
Yeah,
fool.
yeah, free current gen games. You get voice chat, which actually actual voice chat. You don't have to put in your social security code to send friend requests. You know what I mean? What have they done with this network? Like what have they done with this network that's worthy of $50 a year? What have they done with this network that's worthy of 50 a year?
Nothing.
Nothing. So what? So
Nothing.
so so why is it that why are we here? Why are we here? Why
Well,
why
I
why
think I
why?
think the reason why they are charging you $50 because I have a small theory. Well, not really, but all right. Here we go. I think what they're trying to do is introduce you to obviously this is about nostalgia, and they're going to introduce you to all these games that everybody was enjoying, playing in the past. And I think I'm just assuming. I don't have a source or anything, but I think they are going to continue to add more games
No,
later
they
on.
are they are they are they are they are.
Okay. Now, if they are going to continue to add more games and update you, with other games, because remember, you already have access to the Super Nintendo and Nintendo games.
Have they added Nintendo Game? Are you there?
Yes,
Have they added games to the Nintendo and Super Nintendo library?
a few.
A few. Cause, yeah, go ahead.
I haven't played them yet
Because
because of Steer.
I know. Didn't they launch each one? They launched 20 games, right? For each one in the beginning, or was it 10?
Yes, I think it was 20 games. It was a good amount.
Yeah. So and they've added games, and you said that they've added
Yes,
games.
they've added games. And
Okay.
another thing I've got to say is
Hmm.
they also have special editions, and it was worth the price for a while, but like to
Yeah,
charge
20,
30 more
20
dollars.
yeah, $20 a year. I'm fine with that. Like let's cut the BS. No company, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft should be charging people to play games online. I think we can all agree with that, right?
Uh,
Just say yes. Just say yes.
nah. You know what? I think if you want to charge people at the very least, like
Mm.
$20, I think that's okay.
I mean, no, because you don't get charged on PC, and you get a. All right. Oh, let me ask you guys a question. Nintendo Gamer, do you know who this Multimaster is? Do you know who he
Oh
is?
yes, he's a friend of mine.
He's a friend of yours. Okay. He said that he wants to. He said that he wants to come on. So
Yeah,
okay, okay,
it's your
okay.
decision.
No, as long as he has a couple minutes, that's fine. I just don't want. I didn't want the podcast to be super long because I do have to go to work later. And
Oh, okay.
I'll send him the link. He said he wants a couple minutes to speak his piece. I'll give him that. But
Yeah.
all right. So you have the link, right? I sent you the link. You could if you can send it to him and he can join, then that's fine.
Okay. Going
Yeah.
to Instagram right now.
Okay. All right.
All right,
So
so finish what you were saying, so I can say my piece.
okay. So again, like in my opinion, no one should be charging for online. But if you're going to charge for online, give people a reason to give people a reason. Give people a reason to subscribe to your network. With Xbox Live, it had the best online service of all three of all of obviously of all three when it came to Xbox 360, right?
Yeah,
We can all agree with that,
agreed.
right?
Yeah,
And even with the OG Xbox, right? PlayStation Plus countered with PlayStation Now with not PlayStation Now on PlayStation Plus at first, where they were the first company to offer you free games for a month, free games monthly. They're the first company to offer that,
right.
right? And that convinced Microsoft to do that with Games with Gold. So I applaud. So yeah, so you get that right
Yeah.
with Nintendo for
Okay.
$20 to play old Super Nintendo games with online. I thought that was more than a fair price. Here's my problem. The problem isn't the game. Like if you want to offer, like first of all, you have Virtual Console. Like what happened to that? Why can't we recreate that?
Well, the Virtual Console was only available on the Wii. I never had the Wii U, so I don't know if they had it.
It is.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. They
Okay.
got rid of it on the Switch.
Yeah, you
Okay.
had.
So
Okay, so
okay.
you had that, but okay, but whatever. You had that. You got rid of it. Whatever, right? What this service? The main thing with this service is the games. That's what the main thing is. It's not expanding on the online features. It's not expanding on making it better. You're still not offering any type of achievement system. Like they're not offering anything that's worthy of the price tag. It's just not. And the funny thing and people got on me for the whole Metroid thing, and I'm like, guys, like this is not 1991 anymore. It's not.
Hmm.
We
People
have
got people got on you with Metro where on Twitter.
yeah, I got bullshit on Twitter, and I'm sure there's people who disagree with me, right? But the thing is that when I say and other people say that Metro is not worth $60, we're not attacking the game. Is what we're saying is that for $60, you expect more from a game, as far as aesthetics, as far as content. Okay, not every game is worth $60. Like let's not every AAA game is worth $60. But I would rather pay that than I would for a 2D side scroller, right? And people get upset. oh, it's a great game, why blah 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 blah. And I don't disagree with that. But even I play great games for $10. I play great games for $5. Like a great game's a great game. It doesn't matter the price. But yeah, but I expect more from a AAA game than I do from a 2D side scroller. That's what I said. And like I said, people want to be so defensive of Nintendo, and then what? And then they sit there and then they criticize Nintendo for the price tag, and I'm like, what are you guys complaining about? This is what you've given Nintendo the license to do this. You've given them the license to do this. Like they charge you $80 for cardboard with the Labo.
Oh, the Labo. I remember that
Yeah.
Labo. Yeah, I remember
So
that.
so so like they giving you they're allowed to charge you that much for it.
Anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What's up?
Give me a second. I wanna see what N64 and Genesis games are on there before I start talking.
All right, no problem, no problem, no problem, no
Give me
problem.
a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Havano, and
All right,
I'll say what I have to say.
all right. So they've given you license. They've given you've given them the license to overcharge you for their product. And I get Nintendo thinks of themselves as a premium product. They make premium product. At least in their mind, they make premium products. But the facts are is that their online service does not justify that price tag based on the standards of online gaming today. Right?
Yeah.
Hell, the standard for Nintendo Switch Online doesn't even meet the standard of Xbox Live when it's on the 360. It doesn't even meet those standards. It doesn't. But yet, like people want to get upset. I'm like, what are you guys getting upset for? You allowed Nintendo to do this. You allowed them to do this by not calling them out on their BS sooner. So if so at the end of the day, if you're gonna pay, you gladly go ahead and pay $50 a year for this at the same price for PlayStation Plus, games with gold, and you get none of their features. But you know what you do get? You get 30-year-old games that you get to play. Have fun. So go ahead. What's your point?
Yeah.
What's your piece?
All right. Let me. You said a whole lot. So
Mm-hmm.
let me start off with the whole Metroid thing one last time.
Mm-hmm.
You already mentioned it, so I might as well um give you a counterattack.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the whole thing with Metroid, I could understand your point because it's 2D that it automatically is disqualified for having a $60 or $70 price tag because it's just simply 2D. I get that. But when I don't compare, I don't view Metroid or a Sonic game, like I said before, the same as if I would with Cuphead or Streets of Rage. I don't view them as the same game, despite the fact that they're both in a 2D, platform.
Mhm.
I don't view Metroid and Sonic the same way how I view Streets of Rage, Guacamelee, or Cuphead. I don't.
Because of nostalgia. I told you that last week. I
No,
told
no,
you
it's
that
not.
last time.
No, it's not. It's not just nostalgia. Cuphead looks fantastic. It
No,
looks
no,
amazing.
I'm talking about nostalgia as far as the characters. As far as the characters, because
Okay.
but go continue. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when I look at a game like Streets of Rage, like I play Streets of Rage at your house. We played it, at Soul's house. Fantastic game. We would what do 4 or 5, multiplayer. Graphically it looks good, but I don't view that game. You could definitely ultimately say, Streets of Rage is not worth $70. It's not worth $60. Like you could just by looking at it, despite
Why?
the fact that it looks good, you
Why?
could because it's a game that's extremely simplistic. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very all you do is just basically just push a couple of buttons, and all you really do is just travel around the 2D platform. There's really no other thing to do in that game except button smash.
That
That's
sounds like
really it.
Metroid. That sounds like Metroid.
No, it doesn't.
Not
Th-
without the
No,
without the
Metroid's a
button
little more
smashing, but that sounds like Metroid.
complicated.
No, it's nowhere near like Metroid.
All right, Malta, you there?
Yeah,
It- yeah,
I saw the games. I look
yeah,
really good.
it's nowhere near like Metroid.
Oh,
Once again, when it comes to games like Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm not just talking about nostalgia. I'm also talking about the quality of the game, and I'm talking about how the game looks, etc., etc. But those games, I don't view them as the same as Cuphead, Streets of Rage, Guacamelee. What's another one?
Axiom Verge.
Yeah, all of those games. I don't view them as the same, despite the fact that they're 2D. Because remember, if you're going to use that stance, you might as well use that stance for all fighting games too, because they're also 2D.
Again, they're not the same genre. You're getting you have different expectations for those games.
Yeah, but it's still a 2D
All
platform
right,
based on your
again,
stance.
you are offering a different genre, different expectations for those games.
What does that mean?
Because you're paying for a AAA game and paying for a fighting game are not the same. Or not the same. You're not paying. You're not. The reason why you're paying for both are not the same.
They're not the same.
The same. You're not
Despite the
buying.
fact that they're both in a 2D platform.
Again, like Steve, it's not just about the 2D platform.
That's your main argument.
Okay,
That's the gist
that's
of
the
your
most obvious.
argument.
Because that's the most obvious one.
Okay, that's the
It's
gist
the
of
most
your
obvious
argument.
one. And also, I said that other games in its genre cost between $20 and $40. There is no reason why Metro should be 60. Just like how with the Nintendo online service, you're not getting the same thing you're not getting the same thing for the same price when it comes to the Nintendo online service or the one that Microsoft and Sony offers. You're just not. What they're offering you at the end of the day are 20 and 30-year-old games. That's what they're offering you. That's what they're offering you. They're not on the same level. So why am I paying the same price?
Well, when it comes to their online, I'm very disappointed because if you're going to raise the price when it comes to online but not improve the online capabilities, yeah, that I have a thing to say about that. I do.
Then go ahead and say we have guests. Like I say it now so that they can talk.
No. Go ahead. I know he wanted to say something. Go ahead.
On regards to the online thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know what the DLC is going to be for Animal Crossing. I'm not really into the game.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah,
Let me say
neither.
that. Let me say that real quick, right? If this is going to be a monthly thing where they offer DLC for like one of their games, I can deal with it. That's fine. You know what I mean? Like it's unique, it's fine, right? But if they're not, if the expansion pack is just this DLC for a game that I'm not interested in playing, I know you're not interested in playing, Steve. And Multi just said he's not interested in playing. I don't know about you. I know you play Animal Crossing, right?
No, I don't.
Okay, none of us are interested in that game, right? So for them to offer that
Disappointing.
DLC, yeah, it's disappointing. But if they're gonna do this with other games in the future, then I can deal with it. But go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Okay, well, go ahead, Malta. Finish up.
Well, I think all these N64 games are really good.
Mm-hmm.
I
Agreed.
think the Genesis, I'm not as familiar. I play like half of these when I was a kid at my friend's house. I'll say these are good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as far as the price, dude, I think that it would be worth 50 if later down the line that Nintendo put way more games, probably twice as many games,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
and more DLCs, probably at least 3 more games compatible with DLC. But as far as why it costs $50 a year, I mean, you gotta understand that there's also a $20 a year Nintendo,
No, I
and
understand that. My problem with that is that you have Super Nintendo. Like let's discount Nintendo for a second, but you have Super Nintendo games on the $20 tier,
right,
and then you have the Sega Genesis on the $50 tier.
right,
Aesthetically, it doesn't make sense because honestly, if I'm being real, the Super Nintendo games by and large look better than the Sega Genesis games. And I
yeah,
think I heard someone say that the reason why they did that was to appease Sega because Sega, I guess they weren't happy with their returns on because obviously they had games on the Virtual Console, and
right.
I guess they weren't happy with the returns of those games being on there. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what I heard. But it's not. But it's not. But as someone who grew up, and obviously me and you, Steve, we grew up on that era of gaming. Like, it don't make sense to have Sega Genesis games on a $50 tier, on a $30 tier higher than Super Nintendo games, when the Super Nintendo game by and large look better.
Yeah, most of the games, because I remember vividly playing all the Genesis games at my friend's house, at my cousin's house when I used to live in Orlando.
Hmm.
So when I was in Orlando, I would go to their house every weekend and we would play, Sonic. We would play, Streets of Rage, and just all different type of games that were not available on Super Nintendo.
Hmm.
So I could understand your point with that, because even if they were exactly the same, like graphically,
Hmm.
like, to me, I would say that the graphically, even though the Super Nintendo is better, I mean, you can't really see like a huge difference in graphics. Like, which
All right, all right.
regardless of which console that you had as a child, you were happy with either console that
Okay,
you had.
that's fine. That's not the argument. My argument is that you have one console, you have two consoles who are in the same space, but one Nintendo is charging you $20 for entry, and the other one is they're charging you 50.
Wait. Does the so when you get the expansion pack, it comes with the NES and SNES games, right?
No, it should. Like,
Well,
I
yeah,
would be
it
pissed.
does. If it's
No, it does. It
$50.
should. Yeah, it should.
Well, then there's no reason for you to have an argument then, because the Genesis comes with the Animal Crossing and the 64 games,
Huh?
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
if
that's the whole pack. My issue is, like, the Sega Genesis Super Nintendo stuff. That's just a bare bones thing for me. The main thing is that the online service, the online infrastructure for Nintendo has not gotten better, and they're charging you the same price as PSN for theirs when they're not on the same level at all. They don't have to be exactly the same, but they have to be at least comparable.
you know what, I will actually agree with you on that, because it seems like Nintendo hasn't really put any effort on trying to make their online better. And like I said years ago, they have a cheat sheet. Like,
Yes,
they have a cheat sheet already. Like, they
yes,
see how the 360 is, or how PSN was, or how Xbox online Xbox One is right now currently. Like, they have a cheat sheet. Like, they
and
just go ahead.
just imagine, like, they have the, like, achievements, right? Like, obviously with PlayStation they have silver, bronze, and gold, and Xbox. I know Xbox Live has the achievements of, if you complete everything, if you get like a real good achievement, they give you like a diamond or something like that, right? Like, Nintendo, like, they have the cheat sheet and they can make it their own. They can either use star, mushroom, um, flower for one of their achievements. They can use a coin system for their achievement. They can do so much cool things with the achievement system that they can offer to their gamers, but they don't do it. They don't do it at all.
Well, here's what it is. In
Mhm.
some of their games, they do it, or
Inside,
in some
well,
indie
inside some of
games,
the,
they
okay,
do.
okay, okay.
It's all in game though.
Yeah, but me personally, I think it would be, like, again, like, it is what it is. But, like, if they offered a one that was for, if it wasn't in game, if it was like in system, or whatever, I think that would be better. I think that would be better.
Right. I
But
also
he,
think they
but
should offer something like Miiverse.
Well, I've never used this, so I don't know. I don't really know nothing about it.
Oh,
yeah, I never used it either.
it's like Facebook,
Mhm.
but Nintendo.
No, okay, no, okay. I mean, but you get what you, Multi. You have anything else to say?
Oh, so it's like it's similar to what PlayStation, I think the PS3, when they were trying
That
to
Yes.
implement
yeah,
home.
yeah, that garbage.
Yeah. I remember there was so much hype about it when it was first introduced, but they just never finished.
Yeah, that garbage. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not.
But, all right, so yeah, go ahead, Nintendo Gamer. You were saying?
Oh yeah. If they offered a Miiverse along with everything else, it would probably be worth 50.
Yeah. But
and
yeah.
maybe better stuff like achievements and
Hmm.
yeah.
I don't like because the thing is that like Steve, I've never seen you play. I know you've probably done it, but I've never seen you play um Smash Brothers online.
No, I haven't.
I've never seen you do it.
I always played against my brother McKenzie.
Yeah, and I'm like with PlayStation, they do run like occasional fighting tournaments, but they do it online because their infrastructure is strong enough to do it. Just imagine how popular a Smash Bros. Online tournament would be.
Well, they
That doesn't have to be affected by like that doesn't have to come with a third party um trickery to play, like the slippery situation or whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right?
yes.
Yeah. But go ahead. I think most of you were saying something.
No, man, I haven't said anything. I've just been listening.
Yeah. So like I know, and I think I know you probably done Mario Kart online. Have you?
I have.
You have?
I not on the Switch. I don't think so.
No, Switch. Okay. Well, like you have all these great games, multiplayer games that, and the online it's not like it's not really that featured, or it's not something that that Nintendo really pushes. Like I think that's a problem, especially in 2021.
Yeah, I've seen them push a few Splatoon and Smash tournaments, like they're on
Okay.
YouTube.
Yeah.
But like, um,
But okay, no, I get you. But I figure with games like that, you would do your best to offer an improved online infrastructure.
that's true.
You would do more.
But I think they're just too focused on making it family friendly, and playing locally, go to friends' houses, and I think that's what they're mainly focused on. You know what
Okay,
I'm
that's
saying?
fine. But they have to realize that at the end of the day, we're in 2021. They have a dedicated fan base that are our age, ranging from 20 whatever to our age 30 and even older. Like we don't have the luxury of just going to each other's house and just playing games. We don't have the luxury of
Uh,
that anymore. At least
I have
not.
something to say
Yeah, go
when
ahead.
you finish. When you finish.
Yeah, okay. So, like you said, like me and you, we don't live that far from each other. But like even still, getting together is a pain in the ass. You know what I'm saying? Because we're adults. We have stuff to do. We have shit to do. Like like
Mm.
Monday, we were supposed to hang out, but I had shit to do. I have family obligations.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like we're in 2021. I get the idea that they want to keep the family thingy together. I get it. But at the end of the day, you have adults playing. You have adults not more than ever playing your product, and there's an expectation where the online has to be on point, and it's not. It's just not. And to me, offering offering 20, 30 year old games to me is not enough. Like I applaud them for doing what they're doing. I get it, and I like it, and like I said, I had no problem with the price of the controllers, with the Genesis and the N64 controller, because they're they had to do everything to re-engineer those consoles to make them wireless. I get it, but the online has to be better. The online simply has to be better. Go ahead, Malta.
I mean, honestly, I think that Nintendo is just the prides itself in being the best of local multiplayer. That
Yeah.
that's it.
well, I mean, but the
Oh,
thing is, I think you're spot on when it comes to that. But when Nintendo, I don't know if you knew the story about how Nintendo stopped the tournament, for Smash Brothers,
Mhm.
and
No, I don't.
oh, you don't know the story. Haven't know. You
What
should tell them
happened?
the story.
Um, it's a long story. I do have a video. I'll send you the video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate that, Malta.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
cool
I
beans,
do
bro.
appreciate. I'll send you the video, and this actually is the We had two videos. One with me by myself, and one with Nintendo Gamer. This was actually the first time me and Nintendo Gamer talked. So I'll send you the link to those two videos, and it'll explain everything. But in long story short, Nintendo essentially killed off a online,
Tournament.
online Smash Bros. Tournament. Um, Damn, what was the reason why what was the reason they gave?
Emulation.
Emulation, yeah,
It was a melee tournament,
yeah, yeah,
and
Yeah, for Smash Bros. Melee, yeah.
yeah.
And they basically said, no, you know, you're not having that. You know, this is our stuff, this is our product. Obviously, they're anti um, competition. You know,
I
they don't
think that's dumb because I mean the GameCube, the Super Smash Brothers Melee, Nintendo's not selling that like
Exactly.
for the online expansion pack or any of that or the
yeah,
virtual console or anything.
agreed.
I
Yeah, I
agree.
think that's stupid too. And all the websites that was offering, you know, that was offering all the, what do you call it, mods or modes or ROMs, whatever they are, where people would play a lot of Super Nintendo games and Nintendo games on their computers, and Nintendo sued the guy that was offering those products, right, Hoovy? Like they basically sued the guy, I think for like,
Look it up. I have to look it up to see what happened, but
oh yeah. Well,
yeah,
guys
but like,
making money off it.
what was that?
The guy was making money off it. I heard.
Oh, he's still making money.
No, I mean like when the guy
he was doing it,
Oh,
like
okay, okay.
and you know, Nintendo, Nintendo they're not happy with that. I guarantee you, they're not happy with that. But
Yeah,
like Walter was saying, okay, go ahead.
so my point is they were actively trying to prevent all this stuff from happening. So I think what they realized was that they saw a market for it still. And that's why they're offering this package now. They're basically saying, okay, people still care about, you know, our old, you know, games, obviously for nostalgia. Or, you know, I'm pretty sure it's a combination of things. There's nostalgia, it's people who are younger than us that never had an opportunity to play these games, and they want to play and they want to try it. Because from what I heard, you know, little kids are, you know, finding out how to have access to these games. So, you know,
But
you have kids that want to play these games, you have people who are adults wants to experience those games all over again. And I
yeah,
think Nintendo sees the market for it, and so they want to make money off of it.
all
The
right,
only
like I get it, I get it. Like, no, do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, what I was gonna say was, so do I think it's a lot of money? I mean, yes, it's a lot of money, but if you are able to have access to 64 games, the Sega games, Nintendo games, and Super Nintendo games, that's a lot of games.
No,
At
yeah,
the end of the day, it's still a lot of games.
understood.
So go ahead.
But like, my thing, like the reason why I'm not like, obviously when it comes to like the newer stuff, like I know a lot of people are trying to emulate Metroid. I know some people have. I'm against that. The games, regardless of how I feel about the price, the fact is, support. If you want, if you really want the game, support the game. Support the game. Don't
Agreed.
emulate the game, right?
Agreed.
But if you, let's say if it's for a Super Nintendo game or a Sega Genesis game, they're not selling those games anywhere. Okay, and if you go on Amazon or eBay, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
Like we know somebody, you know, our good friend Ryan Meadows, who spent, I think he spent full price on Smash Brothers, full price, and that was, I think, 3 years after the game came out. He had to pay full price because he couldn't find it at GameStop, couldn't find it anywhere for a decent for a decent price.
No, he bought the game just last year.
Oh, he bought it last year. Yeah, he bought it full price.
Yeah, full price.
Full price last year, right? And if you, I swear, I'm telling you, and I did the research myself. If you look online to play for Melee, I haven't seen a price under 150. I haven't seen a price under 150.
Yeah, I still have that game, you know, in my room somewhere. I still have
Yeah,
Melee.
I'm telling you, you better either keep the game or you're gonna make a fortune with that game. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So like people like and emulation not really the topic here, not 100% the topic here, but there's a reason why emulation exists, to give people who didn't have the opportunity to play those games to play those games.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Especially if they can't go to a store and buy it, if they can't go to a digital store and buy it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just don't understand I get their stance on emulation, but I think it's bogus. I think it's BS.
Well, let me say this one last thing. You have to also remember though, all of those games that were available for Super Nintendo and the Nintendo and 64, there were so many games that were first party games. You really, when it comes to, because I know a lot of people try to do the same thing with PlayStation with the PS1, and I think you said this, that they have a lot of licensing issues, which is
Hmm.
why they're not available on your PlayStation Classic and whatnot.
Hmm.
So when people are downloading these games, what's Sony gonna do? They can't do anything.
No, but they're not going to stop you from downloading those games. That's the difference between Sony and Nintendo.
Even if it's the first party games,
Yeah, they don't care.
or they don't do anything.
No, they don't care
No,
because they're,
Oh,
cause they're not. Yeah, they don't care because they're not selling the old games. They're not
okay,
at
now
least, at least not not on disc or nothing like that. They're not doing that.
okay, that changes everything. Now that changes everything, because I thought when people were buying old, like old, let's say, let me give you an example. What was the first party game for PS1? Whatever it was, Crash or Spyro.
Hmm.
Um, I know Legend of Dragoon was made by a company that Sony had that owned Brave Prince of Musashi. Like I'm thinking, if you were downloading those games, that Sony would try to stop you, because there were a lot of those games were first party games. But from what I'm hearing, you guys are saying they don't even stop people from doing that.
No, like I don't. At least I
Top of
I
the
haven't heard.
Rapper, Twisted Metal, none of those.
No, because I don't hear them. No, at least not the same as Nintendo. Because Nintendo's actively going after ROM sites and stuff like that. They're actively going after these people.
Yeah, that changes everything. That's wow. I'm surprised.
Why
Okay.
are you surprised? This is Nintendo. Listen. All three. Like, look, I'm not dumb. Like, I know all three of you guys are huge Nintendo fans, right?
Oh
And
my
I and
goodness.
I. No, you guys are, and that's fine. I have nothing against you guys,
You a
right?
PlayStation fan? Continue.
But whatever. But at the end of the day, the way I learned about gaming, part of that was through emulation, right? That's how I learned about Sega Genesis library games that I couldn't afford on the Super Nintendo. That's how I discovered Japanese games on the Super Famicom, right? That's how I learned about that's emulation is why I love gaming today. And if you're going to just simply just take it away, and you're not going to like, if you're going to recreate the game, then whatever, it is what it is. But they can't do that to their entire library. They just can't. Like you said, licensing issues. They just can't. So if you're just going to take the whole history of gaming away because you want to quote protect your property, then offer them something. Offer them something worthwhile.
Okay, so let me ask. I need a number from you guys. So Malta, Nintendo Gamer.
Yeah.
So if this is too much money, you guys are saying this is too much money. So how many games per console, or per service, Genesis 64? So how many games each should each one have to justify a $50 price tag
Jacob, you want to go first?
Yes. Probably like 40 to 45.
each?
Oh, you mean like for the Super Nintendo and
How many?
NES?
Yeah, how many
Yes,
games?
yeah, Super
Well,
Nintendo,
the difference.
NES, Genesis, everything.
Oh, well, I got the online as soon as it came out because like it was just $20. But like this is like $30, and so because it's $30 more, I will make sure I'm not just getting like 15 games. I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure some people have a different opinion and think, oh, well, I want to play Nintendo 64 games at any cost. Like that's fine.
Right. And you, Malta?
Well, like I said, I really only expect them maybe to have in the future or in the near future like 3 more games DLC and twice as many for N64 and Genesis. But I think what would get people to really hop on that boat would be if every single Nintendo console was on. I mean, I understand maybe not the Wii and Wii
Woo.
U, but from NES to GameCube, as well as the handhelds, the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance,
Oh my gosh.
and I got more DLCs, a couple more. Then I think that Nintendo would definitely be banking. That shit would be like the next Game Pass for Xbox One. That's
Yes.
what I think.
Okay, so Malta's in a position where if they had access to all of their games, including the handheld games, all right,
Not all the games, but all the consoles and a whole bunch of games for each console.
okay. And what about you having now?
Okay, you want a realistic answer or unrealistic answer?
Just give me one because I'm trying to make a point here. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Now, to justify that price tag, the $50 price tag for this right now,
Yes.
for this right now, it needs to have it honestly needs to have every game in the library.
Wait,
Every
hold
every
on.
every
Before you continue, when
Mhm.
you say every game, do you mean per console?
No. I'm talking about this right here. This right here. In order for
Okay.
it to be justified, it needs to have every game in the N64 library. Every game in the N64 library and every game in the Sega Genesis library.
I think you blacked out. He blacked out, right, guys?
Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It needs to have every game in that N64 library and every game in the Sega Genesis library. But it's not realistic.
Okay.
So
Let
I'm
me
gonna
write
be
that down.
realistic here. I'm gonna be realistic. Every game made by Nintendo should be on in that library. Every game made by Nintendo.
Okay.
Like that includes obviously the games that they're already on there, like Mario 64, this and that, whatever. But that every game that Nintendo made should be there. And when it comes to Sega Genesis, as many games as possible, it's humanly possible, should be there.
So basically, all the first party Sega games should be there.
Yeah, the Sonics, Streets of Rage, all those games should be there.
Wait, I got a question. Do you
Mhm.
mean the games that Nintendo worked on, or the ones that they just published?
Oh, both,
Oh
both.
snap! Both. Okay.
It
Let
should
me
be
write
both.
it.
To
Okay.
justify, because look, because at the end of the day, they're offering you $30 games for $50 a year. That's what they're offering you, 30-year-old games. So if you're going to do that, and if you're also going to go after the emulation community, at the very least, put every possible game that you can in there. You want to know why the
PlayStation
that
Now.
thing? No, the PlayStation, the one that I bought, the PlayStation Classic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you want to know why that thing failed? Because they put 20 random ass games on there, and some of them they put the worst version of the game in it, the PAL version, which is slower.
Yeah.
They had the nerve to charge $100 for it. They had
For
the
the
nerve to charge,
classic.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, because they tried to bank on nostalgia and they were lazy about it.
Now that is a terrible price.
Yeah,
That we can both agree on right there.
Hell yeah, that is.
garbage, complete
Hell
garbage.
yeah, that
That's
is.
why. That's why I didn't buy it at 100. That's why I didn't buy it at 100. I bought it at 50, and then I put some of my games on there.
That's still overpriced.
It is, but like I said, like I was willing to pay something for the obviously the console and the controllers. I was willing to pay that price.
You was willing to pay a price that only had 20 games, no online,
Yeah,
and
because
has the worst games in the console.
it
And
doesn't
you
have the
spend
worst
fifty
games.
dollars.
It didn't have the worst games, but like I said, I added games on there. I added games on there.
Okay, that has nothing to do with the price tag though.
That's
It
fine,
has
but
nothing to do with the price tag.
that's fine. But I was willing to pay that price in order to modify it to my liking. That's why I bought it, so I can modify it to my liking. But at the end of the day, if you're going to have this as the offer, it should have every game made possible on there. It should. It should have every game there that's available to it. It should,
Okay.
because if you're going, yeah, go ahead with your point.
Yeah. So here, my point is, okay. So you're saying they should have every game.
Mhm.
Malta said like have all the consoles with the exception of the Wii and Wii U, correct?
I just think that those are modern consoles, and maybe Nintendo wouldn't really do that. That's what I think.
Okay. And Nintendo Gamer, you said they should have I think you said what 50 each, you said?
45.
Oh, 45. Okay, 45. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but currently the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, have 20 games each, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a total right now of I'm assuming the 64 and the Genesis will also have 20 games in there, maybe more. So you're talking about as of right now, once you get the expansion pack, you're talking about 80 games. And I'm assuming all 80 games or almost all the games will have online. So my point is, especially to you having now, is that if each one have 20 games per console, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, 64, and Genesis, that's 80 games. And a lot of them will have online. They can't offering you that, they can't stick
Oh,
it with a $20 price tag. They have to raise the price. Even
true.
if the online is not good, they still implement online in those games. That still costs money, and you can't expect Nintendo or any company for that matter to just simply say, "Oh, I'm going to give you all these extra packages, but we are still going to charge you a $20 price tag." They're not going to do that. No company will be doing that's stupid. They have to charge the price. Now
Can I?
tell me if I'm
Supply and
wrong about that.
I
demand.
have I have a rebuttal to that.
Okay, go ahead.
My rebuttal is simple. At the end of the day, I don't I don't like if they didn't offer any of these games, I would be fine. Fix the online for your current games. Fix the online for your current games. I applaud them for doing that for the old games. I do. But at the end of the day, that's not the reason why I buy your console. I don't buy old consoles to play old games. I buy new consoles to play new games. At the end of the day,
True,
like
true.
it is what it is. Like and if I'm going to, if that's the reason why I'm buying the console, like if I'm paying for the online, then I'm sorry, that's not good enough. It's not good enough unless they go all the way with it. And right now, they're not going all the way with it. Now I do understand. Like I'm not saying it should be free. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. Like even though
Okay,
I just think that the online in general should be free. But if you're gonna offer something like this, I can understand why they charge for it. That's fine.
okay,
My problem is that you're charging the same for everyone else, but you're not offering something that's worthwhile for the same price.
okay. Then give me a price. You two Nintendo gamer and you two Malta. I want a price. What would actually be a fair price for this package?
$30,
thirty
Well,
dollars, ten
30,
dollars. That's it.
30, 10, 10,
All
10
right,
extra dollars.
all right. I'm
I
writing this down. Okay,
I would say 35, but and that would hit the sweet spot, but
35 for Nintendo gamer and you Malta.
I think 35 is good, dude. I think it's gonna be pretty rad playing games like Mario Kart 64 online, for like 4 players, but online. It's
Okay,
gonna be
That's
cool.
cool. That's cool.
okay. I say 40. I think I
Okay,
think I
I'm
think
I'm, I'm cool with that too.
I think a fair
what?
price, would be 40. Because
Okay.
again, look, I wish there were more games, but when you add the whole entire package, to one, that's 80 games. That's not cheap. 80
You're
games
right.
is still a lot of games. Now, I could understand why a lot of people will get upset because it's just only 20 games for the 64. That's not enough. I get that. Now, I would 100% be on that side if the 64 was the only console that they were offering,
Oh,
or if the Genesis was the only console that they were offering, like how Havino got swindled by buying that piece of crap PS1 Classic.
Well, hello,
Only gave him $20. I mean, on 20 games for it. If it was just like
dumbass. I
that,
didn't buy it for the 20 games.
if it was just like that, I would say yes, it's not worth the price. It's not worth it.
Let's all get the expansion pack and play Mario Kart 64 together. Let's just
Yeah,
do that and we'll
yeah,
stream it.
see, like that's the thing. Like, I think that's the part that having that you're missing. Like, look what he just said. We should all go and get the expansion packs. We could all play Mario, because that game is still awesome till this day, regardless how old it is, and regardless of what your stance is, that you
Right.
buy new consoles to to um to buy new games. Let me tell you the reason. I'll make this quick. Let me tell you the reason why I always hated that stance. When it comes to entertainment, everybody wants to experience old classic stuff. People still listen to old music. People still watches old movies. People still watch old shows and do things that existed for years. Video games is not the exception to that rule. A lot of people want to be able to experience a lot of the games that they never had the opportunity to play. Like, hell, you and I agreed that the Dreamcast was our biggest regret for not buying.
Hmm.
I still want to play all sorts of Dreamcast games, but I can't. At least right now, I just hope that Sega is able to offer it, sometime soon. But in all of life, a lot of people, want to experience, classics. So if you want to be able to experience that, you're gonna have to pay for it at the end of the day. And that's all I'm saying, Evan. Now, so I understand that you want to play new games, but I guarantee you listen to old classic music, and I guarantee that you watch old movies.
But
Okay,
I don't pay for none of that stuff though. I don't pay for that stuff.
Well, um,
you still you pay for cable, don't you?
Okay, this.
oh yeah. So little information.
Mm.
Mountain
Okay.
Master has a lot of Nintendo 64 and GameCube games. So like,
Wait, what's that again?
Mountain Master has a lot of Nintendo 64 and GameCube games already.
So yeah, he has a bunch of games. You're a collector. Multi,
That's
you there?
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's awesome. I still have a whole bunch of GameCube games too. Like, unlike having I keep all of my consoles. Like, me and my brother, we kept all of the consoles that we ever owned. From Super Nintendo. We still have our PS1, PS2. We still got our PS3. We got our GameCube. All that. We still got the Wii, and we still have all sorts of games for each console. So I'm never getting rid of those things. But I never had the time to be a collector. But I'm happy with the games that I have. So yeah.
Cool.
All right. So and also to make it before we move on to the next topic, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna piss off some people. Mario Kart 64 is the worst one.
Oh, that's kind of a fair point.
It's the
You said
worst one.
Mario Golf?
Mario Kart 64 is the worst one.
Out of all the Mario Karts,
Hmm. In my opinion, it's the worst one. I would rather play I'm not paying. I'm not buying. Cause I'm the only one here that don't have a Switch. So I'm assuming I'm the only one, but I'm not buying a Switch to play Mario Kart 64. Like I'm not.
Right. Right.
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah,
like at the end of the day, they have to offer something like new. Like the library itself, like you said, I talked to you about this. I talked to Nintendo Gamer about this. Like the library itself is more than justified buying the console. I just don't like the architecture of the console itself. I just don't. Like I don't like the way the clickable nature of it. Hopefully the OLED is more sturdy hardware.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I hope that's the case. But like at the end of the day, like I need something. I need something more. They need to offer me more. And I'm sorry, but the online is not worth the price. It's just not.
well, I do want to agree, with you on that. As
Hmm.
far as the online, like, what is good as implementing online in all these games if the online's not good? It's not going, to enhance the experience any better. So I do agree with that. But I do agree with Malta. I think they should implement all the Game Boy games, and all the other stuff that they're missing, because that would be a huge library, and that would definitely be worth the price. But
If they added some of those games, especially the Game Boy Advance games, absolutely. I would be that would be more justified for the price.
yeah, yeah. And if they, I mean, they don't necessarily have to do the DS if they, yeah, that would be probably be too modern. Well, I can't say the word.
Well, it's dual screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it is dual screen, so I think that would probably be a problem. So, but no, I agree with Malta 100%. If they would implement all those other games in there, I would absolutely say it's justified. But they have to fix the online. I think all of us could agree, and I will take your side on this one, having no. They need to fix the online. They're just way too far behind. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, everything else that has online capabilities, works fine. I mean, even like there are some mobile games that you could play online, and it works perfectly fine. Like they need to hurry up and get the show on the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Any of you two have any lasting comments?
Not
About
really.
Mario Kart 64.
No, no. I mean,
Yeah, I mean you could,
if you
yeah,
want
if
to
you want,
like
yeah.
dispute my claim, then that's fine. But
I love
yeah.
Mario
Oh,
Kart
there we go.
64, man.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
think
think,
that the only thing that I really am gonna seriously expect is that when you play online 4 players, that they allow you to listen to the music, unlike when you do that on the actual N64.
Mhm.
Because when you play 4 players, where's the music is gone.
Oh yeah. That's
oh yeah,
Um.
hardware limitations probably.
No,
Hopefully,
it's a great game though.
yeah.
Oh
Okay.
hey,
yeah.
go ahead.
I want to say Super Mario Kart's the worst one for me.
The original?
Yeah.
I agree with you, my man. I had that one when I was a kid. I agree with you,
Nah,
bro.
Uh.
you young
Uh,
boys don't know what you're talking about.
how old are you guys?
Uh.
If you don't mind me
I'm
asking.
I'm 28 and he's 23.
Oh,
I'll
you're
be
20.
23 next month, my man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're 23. So yeah, you pretty much missed
Nah, I
the.
played them. I played the Super Nintendo games on the Virtual Console while they were coming out, and I had the Nintendo 64 when I was extremely young. Like I had these games. I didn't. I'm not just pulling this out of my
I
ass or anything.
I applaud for a guy you're that young. I do applaud you for going back and playing old games because that's something that a
Thank
lot of
you.
young kids don't do because they look at the graphics and they're like, "What the hell is this?" Like like so. I applaud you for doing that because lots of young people don't do it nowadays.
Yeah, because I don't think you are part of the millennials group. I think you're Generation Z. I think, and
That's
I
right.
do. Yeah. You're not with us. And Nintendo Gamer, I think you're still a millennial too. I think.
Yeah, I was born 1993, so
Yes, yeah. So
I'm a
a
late
lot of the,
90s kid.
yeah. So a lot of people around your age group, Malta, yeah, didn't really get to experience it. But which is why I think they want to experience it now. So I slightly disagree with you on that one, having no. I think a lot of the people still want to experience those old classic games.
All right, that's
Um,
fine. That's fine.
I do, but and one last thing, I don't know if you guys heard about the family plan, but I heard that the family plan was like what $80.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's for I think that's for multiple accounts and stuff like that.
Oh, for multiple accounts.
Yeah. I'm only just concentrating on the
Okay,
individual prices. But anyways,
okay.
Well, that's true.
all right. But anyways, all right. So if that's it, thank you guys for coming to the show. I appreciate you guys.
No
All right.
problem.
Hey, yeah,
And,
hey
oh, and
guys, if you all are ever, if you ever want to do this again anytime soon, man, please hop in, because I really enjoyed this this topic by a lot. And if you guys don't mind, follow me too, and I'll follow you guys back on YouTube.
What's your YouTube account?
Oh, it's right there on my screen. You see it? It's the traditionalist 101.
Traditional List 101. Got it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but put
I have links in the description also.
Nah, bro.
All right.
yeah, but put THE in the beginning. I forgot to put that there. So it's the traditionalist 101.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm gonna follow you also, and
Yeah.
that'll be cool. So yeah, join
Yeah.
us again next time, guys. Like, really appreciate it.
We will. I really like your brotherly dynamic between you and Hubie. Like, it's like you guys bicker sometimes, but it's like when I first saw you guys, I thought like, is Hubie like talking? Is he? Are they? Did they get in an online fight? And they're just selling it in video? But then I realized, oh,
Oh
they're
no,
friends. I was
everything,
like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, everything's legitimate. Everything's real. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Everything is 100% real. Like there'll be times where we will like really go at each other and get emotional, but at the end of the day, we're still best friends. And this
yeah,
was the reason why I wanted to do the podcast with him so bad, because like it's actually real. There's no fakery around here. There's no facade. And somebody actually gave a comment on my video and said that they really like the back and forth that me and having was displaying. So
huh,
I really do believe the podcast is gonna go far, but it's gonna take time. But you guys are definitely welcome to join the ride.
yeah, we'll
all right,
do.
all right, man. Thank you guys. Have a good day. All right.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all.
All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So once again, thank them for joining. Now we have one more topic left.
And we
Uh,
passed 2 hours.
yeah, I know. But it is what it is. What it is. All right. So all right, we have one more topic left. Right.
One
So
last topic.
you can bring. I know you had to bring. I know you had to bring Simmons. I know you had to bring Simmons stuff on your computer, right?
Yeah, you want me to
Yeah, you can bring it up. You can bring it up. So a couple weeks ago, I think it was the second episode, we talked about Ben Simmons and the saga going on with him and the 76ers.
yeah.
Now today he shows up to practice because there was a video. I don't know if you've seen this video. There was a video of him of the whole team, right? They're huddling up. They're doing like oh yeah. Next time, Malta. Whenever you get a chance, you can come back in. All right. Whenever you
Oh,
get a
what
chance.
happened?
No, he said they we gotta talk hoops. So I didn't know he
Oh,
was a
snap
basketball guy like
hoops.
that.
Oh, if I knew that, damn. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely down for that, Malta. Yeah, we gotta definitely talk some hoops.
Yeah. So
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So okay. So he had like everyone was doing the huddle, whatever, right? The whole team doing the huddle, and Ben Simmons just in the background doing nothing.
Oh, Malta said that he had his phone in his pocket.
Yeah, I think that was the first. Yeah, I think that was the first day he had the phone in his pocket.
Unbelievable.
And then the second the day that he got suspended or got kicked out, I guess the story was that Doc Rivers asked him to do a drill. He said no, and then Doc Rivers pretty much told him that you can leave if you want, and then he left.
It wasn't you could leave if you want. It was worse than that, but
No. Okay. So you have the article?
yeah, let me go and share it so so everybody could see.
Yeah. So
And don't forget to to do it on your side,
yeah.
because I can't do it here.
Yeah.
So give me
So I just find the whole thing to be funny. I just find the whole thing just to be hilarious. I don't. I like at the end of the day, like he. I,
Can you see it?
yeah. Let me put it up. Yeah, that yeah. I also want to talk about this too. And Joel Embiid, like after the little practice, whatever.
Oh, you read the
No, I saw him. I saw the comment. Like I saw him. I saw him actually say this, right?
Oh, you actually saw him say it. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He was talking, and he pretty much said, like the quote says, "I don't care about that man." He also said something else, like everyone's committed,
Yes,
everyone's here to win a championship, and they don't have time to babysit.
exactly.
So like, oh my god, this
Yeah,
this this story makes me so happy.
yeah. Like the thing is, like I remember you said this a couple weeks ago, how
Hmm.
you love the controversy and the drama,
Hmm.
that everybody, that has been going on, in the NBA.
No,
Like,
more mainly happening to the rivals, the rivals of my Miami Heat, who don't deal with this type of BS, and when they do, they keep it behind closed doors, like a good organization.
um, you know what? I think you're right, because I think the last controversy that was happening over there was with was with we know after LeBron James had left and Pat Riley was upset about that.
Yeah, it's fine. It is what it is. Like, but at the end of the day, it's not this.
Yeah,
It's not this.
yeah, it's definitely like this. When you in a facility and all you're just trying to do is just freaking practice
Mhm.
and you can't even do that. You can't even practice. Like not the game. Like Allen Iverson said,
Yeah,
not the
he's
game.
just there so he don't get fined. That's why that's the only reason why he's there.
He and all right. I really wanted to mention this later,
Mhm.
but I wanted to mention this. I'll just mention it now, and I'll probably say it again later on. But I told you so. That
Oh yeah,
he
you did mention it. You did mention it. Like you have no argument here. You have no argument here.
what what
Here,
what,
because
what
I think you're saying that you're crap. Don't score. Don't score. Don't score. There we go. All right. I think you're trying to insinuate that I was in favor of them keeping Ben Simmons.
yes,
At least that's what you're insinuating.
yes.
Here's my talking point, and this is something that I don't know if you understood it, but I'll say it again.
Okay.
In the immediate aftermath of what happened in Game 7, right? A lot of people were saying that he needs to be traded. I was against it because I wanted to see how he responded to it. I wanted to see how he responded to the criticism and to how he was supposed to improve his game. Clearly, he hasn't done none of those things. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter anyway because, like I said, if they're going to trade him, they're not going to get equal value for him at all. And the
Mhm.
the person whose fault that is Ben Simmons, and he doesn't care because he's already in his mind he's already out. He's already out. He's only there so he don't get fined.
Yeah. So let's read this article real quick, and hold on. What is this?
Like
What?
Mosto says that despite Ben Simmons' behavior, the team still has good chemistry. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. I think they'll be I think they're still a playoff team. But they're not a championship team without him. They're not. But they're not but now they're not a championship team with
Yeah, they're not a championship team with him. Yeah.
because he's not committed to the team. If he was 100% committed and willing to improve his shot, then yeah, I can see them as a championship team. Because at the end of the day, that dude is still a baller. The problem is that he's so coddled. He's been coddled his whole life, and I just think that he doesn't know how to respond to the type of criticism that Doc Rivers gave him and what Joel Embiid gave him.
Yeah. So basically, here's what it said. Like I am like so amped, about this. Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers aren't off to a great start. Oh man, the team suspended Simmons for one game. Well, okay. I'm gonna continue on.
Mm-hmm.
I am so pissed off about this. One game, one.
I don't know. I don't know if that's. I don't. I don't know if they can do more than one. That's the thing. I don't know if it's some type of NBA rule or something like that. Because I don't know. But yeah, this one game is kind of
No,
crazy.
like what's one game going to do in the season opener? Like it's not going to do anything.
I mean, I know their second game they're playing. They're playing the Nets. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Okay, well, and it says, and he will miss the season opener on Wednesday night against the New Orleans Pelicans after what they called conduct detrimental to the team.
Yeah.
Simmons reportedly refused to play as a full participant during Tuesday's practice, so head coach Doc Rivers kicked him out and suspended him. Now, that is something that Doc Rivers should have done last year. You know what I'm saying? Like he should have displayed tough love when he wasn't shooting the ball, whatever it was during practice, during the regular season. But I will say this again. Now look, I'm not going to make this a discussion, but once again, L, if you say I'm wrong about this, that's fine. But I'm right. Though it was never a coaching issue. It was never a coaching issue. When people was criticizing Brett Brown and then he got fired.
Mhm.
As I told you, even from back then, it was never a coaching issue. It was a player's issue. A player's issue. They should have been held accountable for what was going on, not the coaching.
But
Not
what,
the
what, are you,
coaching
what are you going to do to the players?
Hmm?
What are you going to do to the players?
What do you mean, what are you going to do to the players?
What are you going to do? What are you going to do to the players? Like, what are you going to do to them?
Do whatever it takes to make sure that they comply. If one guy at the time did not want to get in shape, the other guy obviously, didn't want to shoot the ball. He's not shooting the ball now. You don't blame coaches for that. That's an individual
Who's the one?
disciplinary issue.
The coaches are the one that have to manage these players. The coaches are the one that have to get these players to buy into their plans.
Okay,
And
but
if they're not buying into it, then you have to get a coach that is more suited for that.
Okay, have a note. The coach is not going to watch what you eat 24 hours in a day. If a guy is going to drink, a milkshake, or if he wants to, eat a double whopper, like the coach can't do nothing about that. He can't, constantly, watch him what he eats, throughout the whole entire day. That dude got stuff to do, man. Like that. That's again, that's an individual issue.
The Miami Heat, they have a fat. I think they have a weight loss mandate or something like that, where you have to have a certain percentage of body fat for your body, and if you don't reach that, then you don't play. End of story.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they did that with Shaq, right?
No, that was an issue with Shaq. That was an issue with Shaq.
He still played.
Yeah, he played, but he ultimately got traded. He ultimately got traded.
Yeah, after you guys got swept, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, let's continue. I was just wanting to make a point once again that it wasn't a coaching issue; it was the players' issue.
To me, okay, so you're saying that Brett Brown should still have the job now?
He. What I'm saying is, it was never his fault.
Okay, then either you're gonna get rid of the players or you're gonna get rid of the coach. You can't have it both ways. And most well, that was a gentleman's sweep.
Okay, look,
no. In my opinion, that was a sweep. Like, no.
Okay.
You're right though. You're right though. It was for. I think no. Wait. No, we're talking about the Heat and Bulls back in the day. Like, I think they got swept through. Back then, the Heat and Bulls with Shaq. I think it was Shaq's third year. But yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah. So as I was saying, it was never a coaching issue, which is why I had that huge argument with you and that knucklehead on Twitter, when you guys decided to gang up on me. But I was trying to prove a point that you can't blame the coach if one player who's injured and who did not want to shoot the ball, and another player who was overweight after signing. When you sign a contract and when you're making millions of dollars, there's no excuse for you to be overweight. None. And when you're entering the playoffs, you should not be overweight either. That's actually the worst times for you to gain your weight. But that's the point I was trying to make, that why are we blaming the coaching staff because of the players' negligence? You don't do that. You don't do that. One more thing.
So what are you gonna do?
One more thing. We see the exact same thing on display, despite the fact we got a new coach. So it did not matter.
Okay, like what? So are you just gonna keep? You're gonna keep. So you're just gonna keep Brett Brown.
All I'm saying, it wasn't his fault. So probably yes.
So you're just gonna keep him, and you're gonna and what are you gonna do with Ben Simmons?
Trade him.
And you were gonna trade him.
Trade him. I could handle the whole Joel Embiid, because at least he was still being productive. Ben Simmons was not.
Look, productive in what? Like productive in what? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid.
Dude was an all-star. I think he averaged like 18 a game.
Who?
Ben Simmons.
Who cares?
What do you mean? Who cares?
You saw the flaws in the playoffs.
No.
You saw the flaws in the playoffs.
What playoffs?
What do you mean what playoffs? Dude, stop playing dumb. Stop playing dumb.
No. I'm talking about with Brett Brown. Oh,
with Brett Brown.
Yeah.
No. What I said was, you're still seeing the same situation even with a new coach. So it can't be the coaching staff.
No, it's worse. is worse.
Okay, so why
Worse.
were we blaming the coaching staff?
Because like in their mind that you could bring a championship coach supposedly in Doc Rivers to motivate their 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 best players to be great. And he did that in like frankly he did that with one. He wasn't able to do that with the other. It's that simple. And like this notion that you had to keep like what the hell is Brett Brown? Like all Brett Brown did was he was just a guy who was just there. When you're ready to win a championship, if he can prove that he's a championship level coach, and I mean, look, where's Brett Brown now?
I have no idea. Do you know?
No, he's not coaching right now. He's not coaching right now. What did that tell you? What did that tell you?
They didn't want to give him a chance.
If he was really that great of a coach, he would already have a job.
No. I'm not saying that he was great. All I'm saying is he was not at fault.
That's fine, but at the end of the day, like if the team doesn't succeed, the coach is normally the one that gets that is the fall guy.
Come on, not after what we just seen. What this guy did.
Again, this was before the Ben Simmons meltdown. This was before
he
that.
wasn't shooting the ball before.
No, because look, before they had Jimmy Butler. They had Jimmy.
Okay.
They had Jimmy Butler before. Like and honestly, I don't remember when he got. I think he got fired after because this is Doc Rivers' first season, so he got fired after the bubble playoffs.
Yeah.
Right, and look, is it fair? It's unfair that he got fired.
Finally, okay, you
no, because you have to remember, he got fired because because one, they got swept, and two, like Ben Simmons wasn't there. Like he got hurt.
Exactly.
So they just fired him because they felt like they had a championship team and they wanted to get a coach that had championship experience.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question. Steve Kerr. All right, you listening?
Mm-hmm.
Steve Kerr, Eric Spoelstra,
mm-hmm.
Greg Popovich.
Best coach in the NBA right now. Yes,
Greg Popovich.
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider those coaches elite?
Yes.
Does Bill Simmons shoot the ball last year if they were his coach?
I hope so.
No. Does Ben Simmons shoot the ball if any of those coaches were his coach?
I have no idea. I don't know. I hope so. I don't know.
I'll answer that for you. No. He would have never shot the ball regardless of what coach he had. That's the point I'm trying to make. It doesn't matter. I guarantee you, even if Pat Riley came back and coached him, he would not shoot the ball. Look, let's just face the facts. This is just how he is. For him to be aware, you cannot tell me that he didn't watch the tape. You cannot tell me that he's not listening to what people are saying, what the people in the media are saying, and what fans are saying.
Look,
that he's not shooting the ball.
I think that he's
coddled.
He's coddled. He's coddled. Like he never had this amount of criticism laid up upon him before. He's not used to it. Like if what Joel Embiid is saying that's true, because a couple weeks ago, Joel Embiid pretty much said that every move that the team made has been to make him happy, make Ben Simmons happy. You know what I mean? Like and if you're Ben Simmons, like you don't like, do you honestly think that these people are holding me accountable? No, because they're doing everything to appease me. So like I think that there's something with Ben Simmons where I think that he thinks that he knows better than everybody else. It's clear, it has to be something to that effect. Like in his mind, he's not wrong, and and everyone sees that he's wrong. Some people can't acknowledge when they're wrong. It's a character flaw. So I don't, and if it's a character flaw, that like then how the best coach ain't gonna help him. Can't help him. Even the best coaches ain't gonna help him, man. Trust me, I don't think Doc Rivers is anywhere close to being the best coach.
Okay, but now that you said even the best coach wouldn't have helped him. So now do you agree with me that this was a player issue?
Steve, like you're trying to say that you're
No,
trying to
no,
say
no,
that
no, 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 no.
you're trying
Answer
to
the question.
say
This is the second time you
you're
try
trying to
to
say
avoid
no
the question.
you're trying to
This
say
is the second time that you're trying to avoid the question.
they should keep Brett Brown, and
No,
I'm telling you, like it doesn't matter
look,
at the
look,
end of
look,
the day.
look,
It
look,
doesn't
look, look,
matter.
look. No, I caught you. That's why you didn't want to
No,
answer
you
the
didn't catch me in
question.
anything because like
I did.
who
I
cares
did.
about Brett Brown? Like who cares about Brett
Okay,
Brown?
okay. But the problem is, regardless of what coach you have, does not fix the issue. What you need to do is you need to send this guy a message. You have to send him a
And
message.
they never did. And I'm telling you, that's a problem. That's a problem. Like, and I said it in the first in the podcast when we talked about him, that part of the problem with this organization is is um is that he like they use the trust process to justify and do enable losing. And when you have that for years, you're not holding anybody accountable for that. You're not holding no one accountable for losing.
Mhm.
So like how can someone like Ben Simmons, who was number one pick when his college team was no good, when he's been like he's had no shot, no, and free throw shoot. It got really bad this year, but he wasn't a great free throw shooter.
Yeah.
But even with all that, he was still a multi-time All Star multiple times, and he's a top ranked defensive player. Like where's the accountability? Where's the
Well,
accountability?
you have to remember that team was tanking just to get Ben Simmons. They were tanking.
Yeah,
They were tanking. So they were already.
and to me, that's not how you create accountability for your players. That's not how you create accountability for your players by pretty much glorifying losing, which is
Yeah, I
what trust the
agree.
process is. So like to me, like how is he supposed to learn? How is someone like Ben Simmons supposed to learn accountability when they allow losing like that to be celebrated? Like like to me, I think that has more to do. I think that this has more to do with that than anything. Like I'm not like again like this notion that like oh it's a like to me like we have no idea the depths of what Ben Simmons is as far as what his issues are. We don't know the depths of it. We don't know if it's just him being just a being like a bad teammate. We don't know if it's just him like just if it's mental. We don't know the extent of it. All you
Yeah.
can really do at the end of the day is just I don't know. Like you just I don't know. Go ahead.
Let me continue on.
I'm trying to gather
So
my thoughts here.
yeah, so it basically says reported to the team last week and practice Sunday and Monday with the Sixers. Simmons hasn't talked publicly about the offseason trade request.
Yeah.
Simmons, 25, still has 4 years and 147 million left on his max contract. Like this is the thing that really pissed me off. He obviously cares about the money because that's why he went to practice anyway.
Mm.
He didn't want to get fined. But that also shows how, the misconduct that he constantly wants to, not by force, he wants to display. And it's disrespectful because you still want to get paid, but yeah, you still want to act, like a child because like you said, he was being mollycoddled, for all these years. And instead of trying to get better, instead of trying to actually improve your shot, which would actually benefit him in the future anyway, if he improved the shot. I don't know if you remember when I mentioned Giannis, dude, that guy is like shooting the ball. I don't know if you
But
saw highlights yet.
yeah. But like Ben Simmons did a lot of that same garbage too. Like in the off season where he would show videos of him shooting threes
No.
and
I'm
stuff like
talking about
that.
preseason. I'm talking about
Yeah,
preseason. Yeah. What Giannis has do, I'm telling you right now, if Giannis could do that consistently, he is going to destroy the league. Destroy because he's dominating the league now without the shooting. And which is why I don't really blame people who say that he's like a
But
mini version of Shaq
but
or protege
the
of
funny
Shaq.
thing, but the thing is that like with that skill set, Ben Simmons can do the same thing, but he just can't for some reason. He
The
just
same
can't.
skill set as Giannis.
Yeah, like I said in the other podcast, their skill set is very similar.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, Giannis could play center. I don't think Ben Simmons can.
He's 6'10". I mean, he's not gonna be there against he's not gonna be there against like Joker or anybody else like that. But he's
That's
six
my point.
ten.
That's my point.
He can guard 1 through 4 at least. He can at least guard 1 through 4, and I think he's done that in the past. But
Well,
like he had the same skill set, but yeah, he doesn't have the same level of dominance, and that's always been my frustration with him. And it frustrated me when I hear Doc Rivers say, "Oh, I think that his deficiencies are underplayed." No, they're not, because he should be the trajectory. Like he was being compared to LeBron James,
yeah,
and while his trajectory defensively is great, he's nowhere near where LeBron James was in year 2.
no, not even close.
Not even close. Like and I always felt like he was wasting his talent. And I know Malta said that in the chat that he's wasting his talents, and I do think that. And I do
Oh,
think that.
I
But
wish I could look, but okay.
yeah, but the thing is that now what are they going to do now? Because obviously this situation is I don't think he can come back from this. This is one thing to ask for a trade in the offseason. You have some issues with management or maybe a couple players. It's one thing to do that, but it's another thing to publicly get thrown out of practice, have it be known publicly. So there's no coming back from this. This is the last straw. Like they need to get rid of him.
Okay, now,
But
yeah.
what
Go ahead.
what are they going do? What are they going to do to
Okay,
get?
I'm look, I need to write this down because I don't want to say this is I got you moment,
Mhm.
but this is exactly what I wanted to say to you. Hey, give me one. Well, yeah, give me 1 second.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I believe that was one of the reasons why I said that they should have got rid of him.
So you
But
think that you thought that he would? So you saw into the future and said that he was going to get kicked out of practice, and then they had to let him go.
because, well, not get kicked out of practice, but I mentioned to you that when he was asking for a trade
Mhm.
and that he said that he wasn't going to play and whatnot, I believe that's when I made the determination, and I told you this. He does not want to get better, and that he does not want to shoot the ball. He just wants to play his way. And at
That could be
that
true.
point,
That could be true.
at that point, they should have gotten rid of him. They should have gotten rid of him ASAP. At that point, because
But
at least at that point, his value would have still been high. Now it's
is it if he openly admits that he wants to trade? That doesn't help. That doesn't help the Sixers.
okay. But here what it says here. It says quote, I think this is Doc Rivers. Yeah, I just thought he was a distraction today. Rivers said Tuesdays after practice. I didn't think he wanted to do what everybody else was doing.
Mhm.
It was early. It wasn't a big deal. I just told him he should leave. We went on with practice. Simmons reportedly was outside of the team huddle, dribbled the basketball, and looked uninterested during the team huddle at Monday's practice, where he did not practice with the first team.
Yeah.
Every day, every single moment, I'm going to give Ben a chance to join the team and be part of the team, Rivers said. Under the contract to be part of the team, and that's not going to change. Sometimes it happens quick and guys join back and guys join back in. Sometimes it doesn't. I've been in both situations and I'm free and I am fine with that. There are two things that I have a problem here.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I just thought he was a distraction today. That dude was been a distraction. He was already a distraction. You should have gotten rid of that dude months ago. Like, if the guy is asking for a trade, that should already have been an indication that he does not want to get better.
No,
I already told everybody that he does not want to get better.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just don't I don't know if that's the case. It could be just as simple as he just doesn't want to be there anymore. It could be just simply I don't want to be there anymore
because of the criticism that he was getting. That's why.
I agree with you there. 100% I agree with you. But just to say that he doesn't want to get better because he ask for a trade. That's not what that means.
No, he doesn't want to get better shooting the ball by shooting the ball.
By not shooting.
I'm just talking about the shooting. He does not want to get better at shooting. He
I
doesn't.
mean, he may not. But like at the end of the day, like that. I mean, it is what it is. Like they can't. They have to trade him. They do have to trade him. But the problem is that he's not making it easy on himself by acting this way. He's not, because look, think about this logically. Why would I give, if I was a team, right? If I was just a random team, why would I give the Sixers what they want? Why would I? Why would I? Because like I'm in the advantageous position here. Clearly, I know that he don't want to be there.
Mhm.
You know he don't want to be there, and I can take him off your hands, but I'm gonna need some stuff from you. I'm gonna need some stuff from you. And listen, I'm in the, like, if you want to keep him, that's fine. If you want to keep him, you want to keep the distractions, all that other stuff, perfectly fine. But if you want me to take him off your hands, I'm gonna need this, and this.
That you saying that's what Doc Rivers would say?
No,
Or-
that's what the other team would say.
Oh, that they would want extra stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because they know, like they see how they see how he's acting, they see how everything is unfolding. They know, and I'm sure they know some stuff that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm telling you, man, like they're not in the best position. But at the end of the day, like they're stuck. Like either they have to get rid of him, or they have to keep him, but keep him away from the team until they can find a trade. I mean, that's what Houston did with James Harden. At the end, they knew he wanted to be out. You know, he pulled some stuff, and I'm sure he pulled some stuff where it was just not obtainable anymore. So they got rid of him.
Yeah, that dude was nothing but a nitwit. Like and you know he's one of my favorite players. Like you know that. But what irritated me so much was that Houston tried. Like they tried. Like you did okay. You didn't win a championship. Unfortunately, Kevin Durant went to freaking Golden State. Unfortunately, but
And also,
besides that, hang on,
don't bear the lead. Don't bear the
and
lead.
bes-
He
and
wasn't
besides
great.
that,
He wasn't great either in some
Yeah.
of those games.
and what I wanted to say was
Mhm.
they gave you Dwight Howard when he was better at the time.
Mhm.
They gave you Chris Paul.
All-
They gave you
all
Russell
this
Westbrook.
all this stuff that I said about James Harden that you didn't want to hear about why I've never been that big of a James Harden fan. When I said that all this stuff about him and Dwayne Wade, you remember that argument that we had on Twitter, and there was someone else that was in that argument as well. I know you remember.
Yeah.
And I said that
Oh, you just blocked out. You said what?
And I said, you can hear me?
Yeah.
I said that he's had great teammates in the past. I mentioned Dwight Howard when I know he had one bad year in LA, then he came to Houston, and I was told, Dwight Howard wasn't that good, blah 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 blah. I mentioned that he had Chris Paul, he had Russell Westbrook, and for some reason he just didn't win. That should count for something. People say, "Oh well, Dwayne Wade had Shaq, Dwayne Wade had LeBron." Like I don't care.
Too.
That's
true,
fine.
too.
But at the end of the day, he has championships. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, championship, and he was a key part of those championships. James Harden has none, so he should not be in the same class as Dwayne Wade. That was the argument that we were having back then, and I used all the same points about he first off he played with Durant and Westbrook in OKC when he was a bench player, and it was because of him why they didn't win. Really, they didn't have a chance to win.
They wouldn't have beaten that Miami team. Get out of here.
They would have done better in 5 games if he had played well.
It still would have equal to 0 rings.
That's fine, but he didn't play well. We can all agree there.
Yes.
And he had a couple of playoff series where he stunk up the joint. And people want to put him in the same class as Dwayne Wade because of his regular season accomplishments. And they want to ignore his postseason accomplishments. which is none at the end of the day.
Oh my goodness.
But all right, but let me read some of this. Yeah, of course, I agree with you, Malta. Like he's not better than Dwayne Wade. He's not. He's not. But the Ben Simmons one, he said that he's white. He's right-handed. I don't see why he doesn't shoot with his right hand and not his left. I've heard that too. I heard that Ben Simmons is actually right-handed, but he only shoots with his left.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's 100% true, but I have heard that before. So he's not. I definitely Malta's not making that up. But
Well,
yeah.
like you see, but the thing is that really confused me is that you always mention how Ben Simmons basically have all the talent like a LeBron James have or like a Giannis have.
He was compared to LeBron James coming out of high school.
Yeah.
And their skill set are very similar. Same thing. And the Giannis comparison is more about what they can do and what they can't do. Like great passers, they can get to the rim whenever they want. Like Giannis can do it better, but they can get to the rim whenever they want. And the difference is that Giannis ain't afraid, and for some reason Ben Simmons is either afraid or don't want to do it or something. I don't know, but
Yeah, but I understand why you would compare them, the two of them. But I
Mhm.
remember, I forgot who said this, but somebody had said Giannis is basically a bigger version of Russell Westbrook as far as athleticism and the velocity that he displays on the
but he
court.
plays defense. Russell Westbrook don't play defense. That's the difference.
Well, I'm talking about the entertainment value, the how he's so like electrifying and he
Yeah,
has so much
that's
force.
cute. That's cute. Russell Westbrook don't play defense.
Oh my god. Okay, let me finish my point.
Right, go ahead,
Like
go ahead.
they're trying to say that he's basically like a Russell Westbrook as far as athleticism goes. How he uses so much force but the difference is Russell Westbrook, he
Don't play
kind of
defense.
goes a little too crazy. He acts like a maniac, a little bit out of control. While Giannis, he actually uses control and actual strategy instead of just using grit force. You know what I mean? So that which is why what I love about Giannis, and which is why I said that he is the number one player in my opinion. He's number one, not LeBron James, not
Okay, all right,
KD.
all right,
He's number one in my opinion
all right,
because he proved that
all
he
right,
could dominate the league,
all right.
despite the fact that those guys are better shooters.
Okay, okay, all
But
right.
here's the thing. What I was trying to say, with Ben Simmons, I've seen him, go to the post.
Yeah,
I've seen him, facilitate and go to the pick and rolls and do all the other good stuff. I've seen it.
yeah, we all seen it. Like
Okay,
he's not a bum. Like I think a
yeah,
lot of people like he's acting like a bum right now, but he's not a bum.
yeah. He's not a bum. I've seen his playmaking and all the other stuff. He has the talent, but at the end of the day, having now like you want to mention with James Harden, who cares if he's not going to shoot the ball, which is one of the basic fundamentals of basketball anyway. If he's not going to do that, he's useless. You're not going to win a championship with him. Because even if you want to view him as similar as a LeBron James or as a Giannis, he's still not better than them, and it's not even close.
All right, that's
The,
fine.
ta-
But
the talent the talent may be there, but he is not going to be able to dominate the league like Giannis can without the shooting.
all right, that's
That's my
fine.
point.
But yeah, but like, what did that have to do with the trade? Like they everyone knows this. Everyone knows his deficiencies. But the facts are right now they have to trade him. They have
Which
to
is what
trade.
I told you from the beginning.
Okay, but you said that after it happened. I'm saying it when it's becoming, and you could blame Philadelphia for 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 that. You can blame them for that.
Of
But
course
at
I
the end of
do.
the day, like they're in the situation where they tried to make it work and it didn't, and it failed.
Oh my goodness. Havenel.
No, 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 no. I think you misunderstood. I said they tried to make it work and it did, and it backfired on them.
Okay,
So
which is what I was saying. Keeping him was a mistake. Because look, the longer that he stays, the more less valuable he becomes. That's the point I was trying to make. Now he's basically worthless now with what he's displaying right now.
I mean,
So my point was for him, I'm talking about for Ben Simmons, like for
mhm.
Ben Simmons and for the team leaving is far better than staying for both of them because they're trying to win the championship. Ben Simmons trying to be happy. Get rid of the guy. But I don't. But now I think it's too late. Who the hell wants a guy that is being so disrespectful,
If
to the organization like that?
if you can get something for if you can get something worthwhile for Ben Simmons, then I would do it. If you can give up as little as possible to get Ben Simmons, I would do it. But you kind of have to understand, not understand, but you have to wonder if he's ever going to commit to getting better. You always have that in the back of their head. Will he ever commit to getting better? And the way that he handles criticism, it don't look like it. Because if he's like, look what he's doing right now. And I mean, maybe he's just upset that Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid kind of threw him under the bus after the Atlanta series. But at the end of the day, like, we all saw what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You had a dunk, you didn't take the dunk. You know what I mean? Like, we seen what happened, and like, maybe he's just upset about that. But like, at the end of the day, like, you, I like, if it was me, I would have gotten over it. I would have gotten over it. But he's a different kind of dude, man. Like, I just, to me, like, I don't know, like, outside of trading him, I don't know what you do I don't know what you do with him for him to realize that he needs to get better. Because this criticism, because again, like, I always watch, like, I always watch videos on like, random sports videos on people who are really into the NBA and stuff like that, and they, and
Or
I remember that,
other YouTubers.
yeah,
Uh huh.
and there was a video that someone made where they were discussing Ben Simmons, right?
Yeah.
And they were discussing him, coming into the draft, that year everyone was projecting him to be number one, right? Tracy McGrady told a story that he talked to a lot of the rookies, and there was one rookie that rubbed him the wrong way, and the rookie that he was referring to
Oh
was Ben
gosh.
Simmons.
Oh my goodness. You
Was Ben Simmons?
serious?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one rookie that rubbed him the wrong way. So this is the thing. Like, people know about Ben Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
They know about him. Like you said before. Like, everything we know about him in the media is only surface level. There's probably a lot more stuff about him that we don't know. But I guarantee the NBA people, they know. And
You said
the
the
thing,
NBA people. You said the
yeah,
NBA people know. Okay,
yeah,
go
they
ahead.
know. They
Uh huh.
definitely know, right? And people who work in the NBA, they all know about him. And I don't know if, like, I don't know if he's worth the trouble or not. I think the athleticism is worth it, but if he's doing that when he's a rookie, when he's like disrespecting people like Tracy McGrady, like, just imagine what he's gonna be when he's older, when people are more stuck in their ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't know. I don't know what the future holds for him. Like, as a talent, he can easily get better.
You just broke up. What were you
Okay,
saying?
my bad, man. Like, as a talent, he can easily get better. He can easily get better as a talent. Like, he's too talented not to be where he's at. You don't get compared to LeBron James, and you don't have no talent. Like, I don't believe that. He has the talent. I just don't know if he has the work ethic, and I don't know if it's a mental thing. I don't know if it's just him being acting like a baby. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But all I know is that what he did in practice today was unacceptable. Every organization would have done what they did to him, kicked him out of practice. Everyone would have done what they did today. It's unacceptable. I 100% agree with Joel Embiid's assertion
Yeah.
that, like, he's over it. Like, and I don't blame him for being over it. I don't blame him because, like, again, we can talk about some of his issues in the past, but at the end of the day, he proved that he's that guy. We know he's that guy. He's your best player, and he cares. He cares.
Who
I
cares?
don't.
Wait, who cares?
Joel Embiid. He cares. He wants to win. He wants to be a champion. I don't know if Ben Simmons is that guy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if Ben Simmons is that guy. And it's frustrating because like Malta said in the chat, like he's too talented to be where he's at right now.
Yeah.
Too talented. And I don't know, like, to me the easy answer is to get rid of him. But what are you gonna get for him? Like, I know Malta mentioned shit. They scored, fuck. Anyway, he mentioned trade Kyrie or Damon Lillard for him. Like, I mean, I think for Portland that would be a great trade, but like you don't want to trade Damian Lillard for Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I don't think I would make that trade either.
No, like the only way you make that trade is if you are certain that you've reached your peak with Damian Lillard, and if Damian Lillard doesn't want to be there anymore, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like like, and the Nets thing, I me personally, if I'm Joel Embiid, I don't want to play with Kyrie Irving.
Oh, you don't.
No, because
You don't.
you're going from one headache to another. Like, you don't want that. Like, you can tell like Joel Embiid's over the nonsense. He's over it, and I don't blame him for being over it. But
Hmm.
like, at the end of the day, like it is what it is. Like I said, like the only way that they can get something that's equal value, Philadelphia can get something equal value, is if there's another star player that has a problem with the team, that his situation. Right? If Portland's like, you know what, we've done all we can, Damian. We'll trade you to whatever city you want to go to, whatever. And if Philadelphia is attracted to him, then I will definitely pull the trigger. Definitely pull the trigger. But other than that,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Damian Lillard would be, a nice trade, but I don't think they're going to do it because now who he was like one of your primary shooters, and I don't think you could rely, McCollum to, take the
I mean,
team
look.
and
If
shoot
you're
the
if you're
ball.
if you're Portland, you're trading Damian Lillard. You're rebuilding. You're essentially rebuilding.
With Ben Simmons?
I mean, somebody.
No, 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 no. You
Somebody.
can't, you cannot rebuild with that guy.
That's all right. That's fine. But but if you're trading Damian Lillard, and there was rumors about that earlier this year, where Damian, maybe might have been a little bit, tired of these exits and stuff, like these early playoff exits and stuff like that. Yes, let's go. All right.
What are you
So,
watching?
hockey.
Um, Focus,
Yeah.
please.
Okay. But Damian Lillard, he had, he was probably a little bit upset about how the season ended, and he's been at it for a long time, and he's a great player in a situation where he's A1. I mean, McCollum's a nice number two, but he's not getting anyone over the hump.
Agreed.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
I agree with that.
and
And
they're not a free agent destination. Unfortunately, they're not a free agent destination. So
mhm.
so so the only way they can become a title contender is if they build from within, and they've had a hard time doing that. And if they're going to basically say, okay, well, let's rebuild, and we're gonna, if Damian Lillard is in play, 100% in play. So yeah, so I'm just, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, you went out a little bit, but I
Yeah.
can hear you now.
Okay. Like at the end of the day, like I don't know what I really don't have an opinion on what they should do with the Ben Simmons situation. 'Cause like I said,
Oh boy.
that I was hoping that Ben Simmons can acknowledge his failures and become a better player. All the greats have done it. Even Michael Jordan has done it, and he was already awesome. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I think you're muted, Steve. You're muted.
Oh, all right, thanks.
Yeah. So yeah, even Michael Jordan has done it, and he's
Yeah.
he's the greatest of all time, arguably. And
Yes.
it's like he's done it. LeBron James has done it. Like, all these great players have acknowledged their weaknesses, and you're above that, and instead of staying and trying to help the team win the team that not only drafted you, that gave you all that money, when you like, and let's be real, like you didn't really deserve it. Let's be real here. You didn't really deserve it. You went based solely on your athleticism, on your pure athletic and gifts.
Agreed.
But you didn't really deserve it. You didn't do what Joel Embiid did. Like Joel Embiid got better. You didn't. And I figured that someone like that would commit to getting better. And he didn't. And it's like that's something that there's something completely wrong with someone with that mindset. There's something completely wrong with that. So I'm stunned because I've never seen an NBA player, at least an NBA player with his pedigree, do that.
Yeah,
At least,
yeah,
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah. Because I feel like at this point now, because you know what, I'm not gonna read the article, but I'm just gonna read this one sentence. There's just one sentence, and then that's it. Like I just wanted to prove another point real quick. Because I saw this article and I thought it was very interesting because it's different from the one that we read.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
I'll
see.
pop it up.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is the one. This is from Yahoo Sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're okay. Yahoo's okay. But anyway, it says that I gotta focus on our team. Said Rivers,
Mm-hmm.
not what could happen, and I got to go focus on what's happening now. Right now, right? Question mark.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's what's I find this to be irritating because he said in the other article that he's going to constantly try to welcome Ben Simmons back. That's not focusing on your team. If you're,
Well, I mean, if they're like, and listen, I think all this is lip service. I think they're trying to trade him. I think they're trying to
oh,
trade
you
him.
do?
Yeah, but they can't just say that. They can't just say that in the media. Look, we're trying to trade him. Like it is what it is, right? No, they're not gonna say that in public. They're trying to trade him, but I think he's just trying to say that to save face. You know what I mean? I just think that's what he's doing. I think he's just trying to save face. Like I said, I don't know how to respond because I've never seen this from an NBA player. I've never seen this.
Even
I'm
though
sure
you
it's happened, but I've never seen it. I've never seen it, and it is disappointing. Like it is very much disappointing that he's acting this way. And the worst part is this thing that always annoys me. He don't say nothing to nobody, so no one knows what's going on.
yeah,
Ben Simmons don't say nothing. So when he
yeah,
gets
and
traded, yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
no, like when he gets traded, I'm sure he's gonna have a sit down. Normally it would be with Rachel Nichols, but now, ESPN's not using her, so they're gonna have to pick someone
Unfortunately,
else.
yeah.
Yeah,
I really like Rachel. I thought she
I do
did
too.
an outstanding job.
I do too. But like,
Unlike that Molly Crum that you always defending. But
whatever.
continue.
Regardless,
No, don't whatever me. She's garbage.
all right,
She's
whatever.
garbage. But let's continue. I just wanted to bring it out there. Yes,
Yeah.
everybody. I think Molly
All
is
right,
garbage.
all right. That's fine. We're approaching 3 hours. Let's get this done.
Yeah.
All right. So
Like here it says, luckily for Philadelphia, they have proven veterans that they can lean on, guys such as Joel Embiid, Danny Green, Tobias Harris, Seth Curry. Now, look, having that, regardless of how you feel about these guys, to me, obviously, if Simmons, will cooperate, yeah, this is a championship team, and I understand what you meant by how this Philadelphia, was like celebrating losing and whatnot, but they really put a good team together here. I thought it was a very good pickup for to get Danny Green away from from the from LA. The Lakers, like they need 3-point shooting, but see, this is why I said that they should have gotten rid of him, ASAP, and even if they couldn't get a guy that was just as good as Ben Simmons, at least if the guy was good, maybe an all-star, maybe they would still have been a championship team. And look,
I don't know
look, even okay, but here's the thing: you may disagree, but now that unfortunately Kyrie is out of the way, the Bucks is really the only team to worry about. When you really think about it,
you keep sleeping on Miami. You keep sleeping on Miami.
Oh my gosh! Look! Miami is not better than those guys.
All right.
They're not better than those guys. But what I'm trying to say is, Now that the whole Kyrie Irving, situation, unfortunately, even though I believe what they're doing is unfair, I think he should still play road games because obviously it's out of his control about the mandate in New York. But with him out of the way, this would have been the perfect opportunity for the 76ers to at least go to the finals. You know what I'm saying? And to at least attend to the finals because now, even though you want to include the Miami Heat, the Bucks is really the only team that they had to worry about. Now, I'm not saying KD and Harden, can't win a championship without Kyrie. I believe, that they can. But I believe that with Ben Simmons, if he would cooperate, that those two teams would have at least be able to compete. And I think they're almost evenly matched. I think they're almost evenly matched. Now, I still think James Harden and KD are still, the better players, but I believe that they are still good enough to at least beat them without Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? So what I bring that up to say that they should have gotten rid of Ben Simmons a long time ago because now I guarantee you they feel like, man, now this whole thing with Kyrie Irving, this would have been our chance. Look, I want to say this one last thing.
Right.
One last final thing. I agree with what Joel Embiid said, how he doesn't want to babysit the team. He doesn't want to babysit. He may be the leader, but at the end of the day, you're still grown men. You know what I mean? You could only try to encourage the guy and motivate the guy, so much. But yet, when you have a guy who is displaying negligence, disobedience, laziness, and constant misconduct, like you don't even want to try, to cope with the guy. You don't even want to. Not to what he's displaying on TV and on the court and in practice. You don't. So at the end of the day, I was right the whole entire time. You were wrong, and that they should have gotten rid of him ASAP. As soon as he, mentioned that he wanted to be traded, he should have been gone, from that team. Because again, leaving would have been better than staying. Why? Because now his value has diminished even more because he stayed. That's my opinion. That's my take. If you have any final words,
Yeah, his value. I don't know how diminished it is. I think it was diminished the minute he that series was over. That value was diminished the minute that series was over. Like, but as far as everything else is concerned, like, look, if you want to be proven right, that's fine. But my thing was that I expected him to to see the improvement, to see that he had to improve on his own, but he didn't do that. He clearly
well,
didn't do that. He
yeah, I agree with you. But as I said before, once I found out that he wanted to be traded, I knew that there was going to be no improvements. They should have got rid of him as soon as he said that.
okay, he can improve and still ask for a trade. He just doesn't want to play there anymore. He can still improve, but he don't want to play there anymore. He holds some type of resentment towards Doc and Joel Embiid.
All
That's
they
what I
asked,
think.
but all they asked them is just to shoot the ball, just get better. That's all they asked.
Hey, like that I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. That's how he felt, and that's how it is. Like, and I it's just and look, I'm not defending him. I'm just telling you that
Yeah,
that's
you
how.
are. It
No,
sounds
I'm
like
not.
you are.
No, I'm not. But the thing is that, like, him to take responsibility for what he did, and he didn't do that. He clearly didn't do that.
Obviously, yeah.
So like if because I do think they were trying to trade him. I do think they were trying to trade him right after. I do think that.
No, no, they were
Yeah,
not.
I do. I think that when they had a discussion with him, when they realized that he wasn't receptive to being there anymore, then that's when I think they've been trying to trade him. I do think that. I think they've been trying to trade him, but I think part of it is probably like Daryl Morey's a little bit stubborn. He doesn't want to get hooked in this trade, and I don't blame him for that. He wants the trade to be he wants equal value. And I think that this is a situation where, like, at the end of the day, they do have to trade him, but they're not going to do it all. I don't think they're going to do it immediately unless there's a situation where they can get something of equal value. Like for example, if they can get Damian Lillard, if they can get a star player, not as good as probably Damian, but someone who's on a bad team, right? Like something like that. If they can do that, then go about all things go ahead and trade him, right? Like,
Yeah.
but the thing is that I think they've been trying to trade him, and I just don't think that Daryl Morey wants to be hoodwinked.
Well, when you said that they wanted somebody with equal value,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I said, "Oh man, dude, I'm like too far close up, bro." Like,
All right, all right.
yeah, when you said that they wanted, equal value, that's why I had said they should have gotten rid of him a long time ago because I think he was still valuable back then.
Yeah,
But
but you're not going to get equal value. And for a team that has championship aspirations, you need to get something that's at least close to. You have to get something that will improve the team.
yeah, it's not gonna happen now, not anymore,
I mean,
not
it could,
anymore.
but not right now. But like I said, keep an eye out for what's going on in Portland. Keep an eye out. Let's say if I know Cleveland have this player in Colin Sexton who's very good, but clearly they're not going anywhere. So keep an eye out for Cleveland. Like keep an eye out for Chicago. Like people are high on Chicago for some reason. Like if they're in the tank, you want to get a Zach Levine, like of a dynamic scorer. Like I would look out for that too. So like at least my I guess my opinion right now is that they do have to trade him. But I agree with Maury that he doesn't want to get hoodwinked. Like he doesn't want to lose that trade. He like because they have a team that's expiring to be a champion. That's why you bought Doc. That's why you got Doc Rivers, even though he's overrated. That's why you have Joel Embiid. That's why you got all these veterans on the team because they have aspiration to be championship contenders. Like, and if you're going to trade Ben Simmons, who if he was all in, they would definitely be championship contenders. But since he's not, you have to get some. You have to get players who will help you get closer to your goal. You know what I mean? And if you're going to like again, if it's gonna be a slow play, let it be a slow play. But at the end of the day, like don't lose the trade. Basically, don't lose the trade. And I think that's what Daryl Morey doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to lose the trade.
Well, I think he missed the bus on that. He already
Well,
missed the train
like I
on
said,
that.
we'll see. Like I said,
Quick.
keep an eye out for Portland. Keep an eye out for Chicago. Keep an eye out for these teams that have good players but in bad
Yeah,
situations.
but again, I don't think Ben Simmons want to go to those teams either. And and if
He
and
don't
if
have a
I'm
choice.
right, I
Yeah.
hope I'm not. But if I'm right about that, if I'm right about that, it's going to be worse for the other teams because I guarantee you, if he gets traded to Cleveland and he doesn't want to cooperate in Cleveland, what are they going to do?
They get rid of him. He don't get paid.
Okay, but that's okay. But then they will look back and said, you know what, we should have never had traded him. That's why I think it's going to be much harder for the 76ers. Everybody else has leverage except for the 76ers.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's
else
what I
has
said.
leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, all right, Malta, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, we'll talk to you later. Yeah, we've been on here for too long.
Yeah.
But it was a lot. It was a lot of topics.
Thank you, Malta. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Good stuff, my man. But yeah, I believe at the end of the day, everybody else has leverage, and because everybody else has leverage, the team they're not able to get equal value anymore. That's why I said they should have gotten rid of him a long time ago before they get to this point. Because his value has diminished, and what team would want Ben Simmons anyway for giving this type of headache? Like nobody wants a team like him, a player like him.
Uh,
So at the end of the day, man, I feel like it's too late. They're just gonna have to eat it, and they're just gonna have to deal with it unless they want to just sacrifice you know all the investment and just get a mediocre player. I mean, they have to get somebody, or if not, they're just gonna have to pull something out of a hat, or if they're that desperate, maybe they'll try to get JJ Redick out of retirement. But
Good
but,
lord.
no, dude, I'm just. That may sound ridiculous to you, and it probably is. But at the end of the day, having that, what else are they going to do? They have to try to get somebody.
Honestly, I would tell him. I would send his ass home. Send him home, and then wait for see what situations come up, and see if they can get at least not equal value, but they can get something for him at the end of the day. Because clearly he's proven that he's not that you know now that this is not going to work, right? Probably they should have known earlier, but they know now.
Yes, they should have known earlier.
So send his ass home and try to get a deal to maintain your team becoming a championship contending team. If that's the goal, because you didn't bring Doc Rivers there to be just a middling team. You know what I mean? So that's really all I gotta say. I
It,
do
it's
have.
a,
There we
it's a,
go, baby. Let's go.
it's to me, what you're saying may sound legit, but it's a waste of time. Just just get rid of them and just try to sign whoever. Like, you laughed about the whole JJ Redick thing, but try to get somebody. Maybe try to bring Jeremy Lin back here.
Jeremy Lin.
Bring Jeremy Lin back here. Let me tell you,
Jeremy
Habanel.
Lin.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Oh man,
Anybody.
this podcast has
Listen.
gone on way too long.
Listen to me. Anybody, as of right now, would be better for the 76ers than Ben Simmons. Yes or no?
I mean, shoot, let me throw my hat into the ring.
Anybody would be better. That's why I said, listen, if you're that desperate, bring Jeremy Lin back. Because I'm not. Listen, I don't want Ben Simmons on my team if I was the owner. Not someone like that. And if he's not going to want to shoot the ball, hell no, I don't want you in my squad. So at the end of the day, having Hoovie 186, no, it's too late. It's too late. They missed their chance. They missed their chance. So they're just gonna have to eat it. They're just gonna have to eat it. Like I said, bring back Jeremy Lin.
Anyways, all right. This call has gone on too long. I gotta get ready for work. All right. See you guys later.
Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a long podcast, but I enjoyed every second of it. So this is the Traditionalist 101 signing out, and have a good one.
All right. Bye, everybody.